Hey guys, my name's Steph. I'm Botanist Cool. Today I'm here with the one, the only, the Ace Attorney expert above all Ace Attorney experts.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
I'm here today with Katie, who is a solid Ace Attorney expert. She knows all the names.
A bit, slightly more about Ace Attorney than I do speaking in any sort of accent whatsoever.
I will say this, Katie did prove to me today that Ace Attorney is an exemplary example of hetero-romantic and heterosexual relationships. So you have...
You can't just drop that without the context tweet. Now you have to show the image on your stream.
I will gladly show this image on my stream. Are you kidding me? It is so good.
End me.
So I'm gonna... I will gladly show this image on my stream. This is like... I cackled in the middle of work today. This is a tweet. And I want you to realize this is completely and utterly 100% obviously serious. You could never say this wasn't serious, right? All right, let me get out the pictures, image.
I mean, to the point of it being serious is it is in fact in Ace Attorney 5 DLC, so it's an actual thing, I'll say that much.
It is an actual thing, which is probably the best part about it. I just downloaded this image. Where the frick is it? Well, there's Plastic Duck Simulator. There you go. So, this image and this tweet by Mr. Snail Dude proves once and for all that heterosexuality is what makes Ace Attorney so great. We have all these great couples, but no one seems to appreciate the beauty of it enough. So obviously you have
the Delights.
The Delights, Desiree Delight and Ron Delight. You have Maggie Bird and our boy Gumshoe. I don't fucking know. And of course, at the very end, you have the true OTP for Phoenix Wright, Phoenix X Orca.
What Ace Attorney fans don't want to accept. Every Narumitsu fan crying over the cleanliness of Phoenix and Orca.
This kills me.
Those sparkles, beautiful.
For a second, I thought its eye was also like a star, but I'm like, oh wait, no, it's just painted on top of the orca. I'm just like, this is basically SeaWorld, except SeaWorld has animal abuse. So, this is my favorite thing I've seen all day. 100%. It's the best thing I've seen all day. It lightened my soul. I got a soul back.
Sorry, your soul's so dark that this is what lightens it.
Anyways, this proves that Ace Attorney is all about heterosexual relationships. Anyways. I hope you're all having a fantastic time. I'm pretty sure emote only mode is off. Let me just double check that. And yeah, Chip's just like, wow. I'm like, yeah, it is. All right, let's go into here and continue our adventure with Dracula. Oh God, I've been making jokes about this orca, and I've never seen it. Like, I've never actually seen this orca. This looks like a small fucking orca.
The orca that 100% it exists.
It looks like a small fucking orca too. Like, holy shit, that orca needs to be fed, baby. I also have a cup of miso, so I'm going to be bringing that over the time. So yeah.
I only carry four pastures then. I swear, but
Well, I for one was told that I had to pay 5 pence for the bus.
He fiddled with the fare, he did, and then I saw that blood-curdling sight as well. It's all too much.
I tell you, I saw McGilden stabbing that man. Everything I said before stands.
Oh yeah, he stabbed me. Yeah, he did. I think so. Yeah, yes.
Wow, that was like the shakiest testimony I've ever fucking heard. Oh, what was his voice again? Oh.
Council, make sense of this for me, please. Council, make sense of this for me, please.
The phantom fifth passenger, conjured into existence by my learned Easter friend, never existed. The confusion has arisen from the coachman's sly little cousinage. The fuck's that word?
Beppo, explain yourself.
I'm terribly sorry, Guildmaster.
The Guild's fare is 4 pence across the board. You know that. Am I to understand that you've been overcharging our passengers by a penny a fare?
It's so cold, and the last round of the day is always half empty.
You have been a dishonest, coachman.
I'm so sorry.
You're a disgrace, Beppo, a disgrace! And your selfless actions have brought dishonor on the entire guild.
If I may, sir, I had to pay 10 pence on the bus just last week.
What?
4 passengers at 5 pence each is, yes, 20 pence. I've done the arithmetic 10 times already, but I just can't make the results come out differently.
No, that figures.
Well, it would appear that one of the aforementioned misgivings has already been explained. So, counsel for the defense, your cross-examination, if you please.
We've already have the pleasure of a protracted summation examination today. I see you intend to continue the parlor games. Absolutely! I love his confidence in everything but his eyes.
He's trying his best. This is a very odd situation, to be fair.
His confidence is literally everywhere but his eyes, and it's the best thing.
Well, remember how he used to be? He's
That's
so
true.
brave now.
Yeah, he's brave everywhere. Once again, just the eyes, but like everywhere else, chest out, hands back, shoulders up. This man knows what he's doing, quote unquote. I have to press, and then I have to present with these buttons. Okay, cool. And then I can switch people like this. No. How do I switch people?
I think it's when you actually press them you can.
Oh, okay. So, there were only 4 passengers in your carriage, but you didn't charge them the standard 4 pence fare. Is that right?
Yeah, now you could switch if you wanted to.
It's the sound I imagine he's making.
It's impossible to make the last round of the day pay. It's so cold. You could have shot myself from passing out.
I'm getting chillblains just listening to you.
Yeah, well, it's terrible. So I want to give myself a pat on the back for keeping the bus running.
You're in a warm court.
But he was freezing all night. Have mercy on him, Steph.
Doesn't the dedicated coachman deserve an extra penny per passenger?
You're digging a deeper hole for yourself here, bud. If only there had been a 5th passenger on the omnibus that night. Then we would have had another suspect. Wait, there is a 5th passenger. So there's the guy on the top, the 2 guys on the top, right? There's the 2 guys on the bottom. Then there's the driver. Driver's 5th passenger all along. Katie's not amused, guys. Enki, thank you for the sub. I'm gonna let that music play out real quick. Enki, thank you for the sub. How you doing today, bud? Let me give a quick shout out to Enki PNW.
Wait, yeah, hold on.
What's up?
subscribe.
Oh, thank you. Eki says hi, Katie.
Hello there.
We are full of bad accents today. It's gonna be ooh. Ah, God, it's a good taste of me, so I love it. Then we would have had another suspect. Bad accents equal good content. Thank you. You're gonna love Van Zeke's accent.
Well, I for one was told that I had to pay 5 pence for the bus.
Does that mean everyone on board that night paid 5 pence instead of 4? But I paid 5 cents too, sir.
And I just told you that I did.
Fair for 5 pence across the board.
That's something to be proud of. The so-called discrepancy my learned friend identified was nothing of the sort. Much like the phantom killer you desperately needed, it's gone. Dead and buried. Like I was just 5 years ago. Have fun a fortnight, Enki. I'd have been happy if it had ever existed in the first place. This blood-curdling sight, you mean the murder, I presume? Yes, sir.
A lonesome sight. No one shall have witnessed the horror of the man's eyes in the moment they have taken.
Oh, well, not exactly, sir. I mean, I didn't actually see the exact moment the gent was stabbed.
Good gracious, really?
We have another witness who did, however. The bank has already testified to it. But Mr. First didn't actually see the point at which the victim was killed. That may turn out to be very significant. I'm gonna get popcorn. Don't do anything dumb. Too late. I heard the bank agent next to me take a sharp intake of the breath, see? And when I looked through the glass, that's when I saw the horrible blade poking out of his belly, all covered in blood. Every time I see a knife now, I can't help screaming, even when I'm eating. Lost the accent, god damn it. So you saw the defendant, Mr. McGill did, stabbing the victim, Mr. Mason, who was sitting next to him.
That's what I said, isn't it?
It was more than before this was, but just for a brief moment, he hesitated before answering the question.
Anyway, there was 2 of them inside the carriage, wasn't there?
There's been much talk of a 5th passenger, but as of yet, 0 evidence! Katie's in charge? Okay, Chip.
0. Why am I in charge?
Because Chip's going to go get popcorn, so he doesn't want me doing anything dumb while he's gone.
I see. Gotcha.
So you're in charge now, Katie. Is that good by you?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool.
I'll make sure you don't misbehave.
That's what we were wasting our time for, eh? It's black and white, the man's guilty.
Something about Mr. Fairplay's testimony just jars with me. Wish I could work out what it was. Press that. Earlier, you testified that you saw the moment when the defendant was allegedly stabbed the victim, didn't you?
Oh, yes, I did. That's right.
You said that the victim was on the floor and described the assailant holding the knife in an ice pick grip.
I suppose. I might have, yes. Put the cart before the horse, maybe.
What's this?
I'm quite sure about most of it. I was driving the horses when I heard the scream from the seats on the roof deck.
Oh, I expect that was me, sir.
But when I turned around, I saw it through the skylight. The gentleman was on the floor and the knife was sticking up out of his midriff. That's right, yeah, and the fellow holding the handle was the famous man, yes. So, in short, you didn't see the moment when the victim was actually stabbed at all. I really thought that I did, but when I go over to get my head, no, I suppose I didn't actually see the precise moment of the stabbing, did I?
Whoa! You think something's wrong with him?
No, he's probably fine.
Yeah, that's fair.
In fact,
I do want to see what he says, though.
now that I come to think of it, it must have already happened when it heard the scream.
Oh, of course. That goes without saying.
I really wish he'd said it earlier.
The autopsy report makes it quite clear that the victim was stabbed only once. Which means the banker was witness to the fatal wound that ended Mr. Mason's life.
Not long ago, this trial very nearly came to an end, but we managed to keep our chances alive here. I can't waste this cross-examination. I have to use it to bring some new facts to light.
If you're not careful when you press these witnesses, the danger is that the jury will end up believing something unhelpful, as they did before.
Oh dear! If I press, Chip's asking if I behaved.
Mostly.
There's your answer. So if I press the wrong thing at the wrong time, the jury will actually change their verdict, Katie?
I don't actually think so.
Oh, okay.
Maybe, but we can't let the fear of that happening stop us from uncovering important new information.
Yes, you're so right.
And
of course, I might have just been perfect, Steph, so I don't know.
Katie could have been perfect. I believe it. I need to pay careful attention here. I didn't want to miss even a flicker of a reaction. Just
the most subtlest clue.
The calmest, the most eye-twitchingest clue. Just the most subtle reaction that these witnesses could have.
Remember, if you happen to spot one of the witnesses reacting in a strange way,
What?
don't hesitate to pursue them as to the reason.
Captain Bob, dude, thank you very much for the Raiders. Raiders, welcome on in. My name's Steph. I'm Botanist Cool. You have decided to join us on a day. Gunlance Gal, thank you very much for the raid, where we are playing. Tell me what the name is, Katie, again.
The Great Ace Attorney.
The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, where we both have horrible accents. It's a lot of fun. I hope you guys are having... Well, I have horrible accents, Katie. Wait, no. I have one good Dracula accent. Katie has really good accents otherwise.
I
Hey,
have
Jeff.
terrible accents. Why do you keep puffing me up like this? I have the worst accents of all time.
I'm literally Dracula.
Yeah. And it's gonna be better than my Dracula, I can tell you that.
Raiders, how you doing? Welcome on in. I hope you guys are having a fantastic time. If you guys can, hey, do me a favor. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube as well. I'd be extremely grateful. And thank you very much for the follow, Gunland Scout. It really is appreciative. Pat and Bob, how's your stream? Tell me in the chat. We're going to continue on with this beautiful, 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 beautiful game. And Jeffrey, how you doing, buddy? So remember, we are looking for a very subtle, very light reaction from some of the people that make them seem somewhat suspicious. Just the most subtle and silent of reactions, guys. You know, just something calm and relaxing. Like, it's gonna be very hard to see. Something very subtle. Do you see a subtle reaction on the screen?
Where's the map?
I am currently being God in Risk of Rain. Oh, I love some Risk of Rain. Captain Bob, were you playing Risk of Rain? Which one of these characters is having an overt reaction?
To be fair, number one, you could be forgiven for being mistaken. If you put number one and number two next to each other, you know, they're just a pair now.
Who do you think is having an over-the-top reaction? Is it the hack guy, the banker, or Beppo?
God, Beppo.
It's the square hole. Anyways,
I keep pronouncing him as Beepo in my brain as well.
I love it.
Which is even stupid.
How do I? Oh, pursue space. Cool. Do you have something to say about that, Mr. Fairplay?
Now you listen to me. I know what you're thinking.
He didn't see the exact moment the fellow was stabbed. What are the chances of that?
Eh?
Are you asking or telling me? He's getting flustered. Might be able to extract some new information from him if I answer him cleverly. Did you just happen to see the exact moment the crime was committed? No chance. Oh, oops.
Nice.
Yeah, I did not click the button intentionally. My bad. Well, it's a little hard to believe, certainly. Unless you spend your time peeping through a skylight on the top of an omnibus, that is.
Peeping. I'm a respectable city baker, I'll have you know. As far as I saw, I remember as clear as a bullet day. It was a grim scene, I don't mind telling you. Thank you, Mr. Fairplay. Oh, excuse me if I was getting a little hot under the collar there, my lord. I would ask you to supplement your testimony with a clear statement about what exactly you saw. Oh, I can do that all right. I'll tell you how grim it was. You think I'd forget the sight of those blood-soaked hands after the butcher stabbed the man?
Not long ago, this trial. Oh, okay, so I gotta. I wouldn't call his gloves blood-soaked, though. You know what I'm saying? Like there's blood on them, but are they really blood-soaked? Like, I consider blood so that God of War level blood, you know what I'm saying? Blood soaked?
Well, perhaps soaked is laying it on a little thick, but it's...
Point proven. Even he knows he's bullshitting this.
But anyway, there was definitely blood all over them.
Both of them were covered in. Oh, I haven't bet the rights here. And you saw that from the roof through the skylight.
Well, the skylight's reasonably large, so I had a pretty good view. And there was a lamp inside the carriage as well, so I'm quite sure of what I saw.
The maker's latest statement. I feel sure there's something not quite right about it.
When you feel something doesn't add up, Mr. Naruhodo, that's when you should have a good look through the court record.
I'm pressing which button? Oh god, okay, I gotta go through this again. By the way, who do you play, Jeffrey, in Risk of Rain 2? I always play Rex, the good plant boy. Sorry, it's not Rex, it's I forgot his name, but he's the good plant boy dog. Alright, we're gonna present. Would you say that's blood-soaked, Katie?
I mean, they were white gloves is a thing that nobody told you beforehand.
They were white gloves, good point. Blood-soaked hands.
Well, I admit that soak might be laying it a little on thick, but anyway, there was definitely blood all over them. Both of them were covered in it.
I'm playing Merc right now, let's go!
Look at his pose. I love his pose, resting his hand on the sword. I love him.
He's so confident.
His little smirk, my boy.
He's holding, look, I'm just saying this, right? If the sword is Kazuma, he's basically holding Kazuma's hand. Are you talking about, are you fighting the moon boss there, Jeffrey? Moon boss is fun. Well, I'm sorry to disagree, Mr. Fairplay, but that's a little more than a little peculiar.
What?
Here are the gloves worn by the defendant, Mr. McGilded, on the night in question.
Oh, yes, right.
And there certainly does appear to be a sizable dark-colored stain there. But, as I'm sure you could clearly see, it's only on the right-hand glove.
Delicious, delicious cane.
I love eating the cane. Nom, 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 nom.
You're gonna crack a tooth like that, homie.
I know, right? I was gonna make another joke, but this is a PG stream. It's not.
Oh dear. Tell me later, I guess.
It's not hard to imagine, Katie. In short,
No, but I still want to know exactly what it is because
Okay.
I still can't. No.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, Theon's a fun fight. Your testimony is inconsistent.
Yeah. But no, that can't be right.
So you're the liar here, then?
Murder him, Granny.
Ah.
God, he's actually eating his cane.
That's right, you're quite clear about it. You said, it was both.
Both hands. That was really funny. I just kind of thought that it's like everyone pulling up the sword from Magic Kingdom, like trying to get the sword out of the freaking stone. Late Bob, right? Hello, Costco hot dog.
Ah.
Mr. Fairplay, if your last statement was a lie, it calls your entire testimony into question. You say you saw the moment the victim was stabbed, but is that really the truth?
Ah. Objection.
It was a simple mistake. You can't justify accusing this man of lying. Yes, it wasn't both hands, but there was only one. But the fact remains. The victim's blood was on the accused. No, Mr. Fairplay categorically stated he saw blood all over both hands, which means there's a strong possibility that this witness was deliberately trying to mislead the court.
Ah. Why? I'm a city beggar, for pity's sake. My word should be the gold standard.
Oi!
I'm a gentleman, not some gutter snipe. Upstanding members of society don't prevaricate.
He's claiming to have no reason to lie. Was this really the case?
Mr. Naruhodo, if we had some evidence to explain why Mr. Fairplay might be lying, it could turn the tide in this trial completely.
I'm gonna show this man a compelling reason to lie in his testimony. That I have evidence, baby. I remember that book.
My lord! Yes, consul.
The defense is ready to present evidence.
By Jove, are you sure?
Does he have a toupee on? Yes, evidence that will clearly demonstrate why Mr. Fairplay has a reason to lie in his
Judges
testimony.
have the powdered wigs.
Right. They have powdered wigs.
We're in English court, baby.
We're in English court, baby. Not everyone can have as beautiful as hair as like the judge from Normal Ace Attorney.
Normal Ace Attorney judge is like bald.
But he has a beautiful beard. Fuck, he's bald. You're right. I got to split. Have a good stream. See you later, Costco.
Very well. I hereby call on the defense to present this evidence. The evidence that demonstrates the motive for the witness's alleged depiction of the court.
This is a list of debtors who owe money to Mr. McGilded. Yes! A list of innocent victims crippled by the accused extortion. The point is, among the names of these debtors is your name, Mr. Bruce Fairplay.
What? Mr. Fairplay, are you currently indebted financially to the accused?
No, well, it's barely worthy of being called a debt.
According to this ledger, you owe 20 guinea. Not an inconsiderable sum of money. What did you say? How much is a guinea?
I don't know, and I especially don't know what a guinea used to be worth.
Can you look up on Google the price of a guinea today? Like,
Right.
including inflation?
Let me
What?
see,
1K, Chip? What the fuck?
Guinea to... Yeah.
I'll continue on.
Well, what of it?
Let's suppose Mr. McGillis would be found guilty of murder. What would become your debt in that case?
I see. No, it's like it's a decimal step, and it's not even. It's less than a penny today,
Oh, wait, damn, really?
from what I can tell.
Wow.
I think, or maybe that's the wrong way. No, because it. No, that's Guinea and Frank. No, hold on. What? Hello.
In each case, a guinea must amount to £1 and 1 shilling. So that'd be 1.5 pounds. So how much is a guinea worth today? This British currency was decimalized in the 15th century. Guinea no longer has accepted value as legal tender. It's still terms just House describes for £1 and 1 shilling. So 1.5, 1 pound and 5 pence. He owes $20.
It was $20, or it is.
It's a pound. So like,
I don't know what a pound.
a pound is like $1.20.
Okay.
So, here's a question. With today's inflation, so how much would it? All right, so, £1 pound was worth 135 pounds today in 1850, right? So, so if 1 pound, the 1 shilling is worth 6.78. Now, if we take out the calculator and we do 6.78
You
times.
accidentally hit the.
That's fine. That's fine. If we do 6.78 times 20, right? We're gonna get 135.6. All right, yeah. So one guinea is worth 135.6 pounds. Multiply that by 20. This dude roughly owed 2,712 pounds, which is roughly $3,000. But back then, like, that's probably worth a lot more. You know what I'm saying? But
I mean,
today's money.
If you're owing $3,000 and not paying it back, I don't know. I don't know.
Is it enough to
Okay.
constitute murder? I mean, maybe not today.
I mean, he's not really doing murder, is he? He's he is, but he ain't.
We don't know yet if he's done the murder. But, like, I'm just saying, the closest amount we have to this day is $3,000 American. 2,700 UK British sterling pound. According to like Ask Jeeves or Quora or whatever website I used. Yahoo Answers, the now defunct and long begotten Yahoo Answers.
Rip.
Alright.
Therefore, the creditor, the defendant here, to sentence the capital punishment. All outstanding debts which were owed to him would be annulled. They would cease to exist.
Cease to exist.
Mr. Fairplay, is it not the case that you claimed in your testimony to have seen something you never in fact saw, in a devious attempt to annul your debt of 20 guinea to the defendant?
Order, Mr. Bruce Fairplay. Yes, my lord. Let me ask you again. And be aware that your answer may have the most serious implications upon your future, sir. Did you, or did you not, see the precise moment in which the defendant was alleged to have thrust a knife into the victim? Nom 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 nom.
Your silence! Your silence. Mixing silence and speaks together. Your silence speaks volumes. You did not tell the truth in your testimony. All right, now let's not make a melodrama out of this. Perhaps I did overstate the truth a pinch. A pinch? But it makes no difference. I definitely remember seeing blood on Mick Gilden's hands, both of them.
Objection.
And yet, only one of the defendant's gloves, which we have here as evidence, is stained.
So you keep saying.
I wonder if I might be allowed to speak, sir.
Go ahead, Mr. First.
Well, the thing is, I think I remember seeing it myself as it happens. Seeing what? The blood on the assailant's hands. I think, yes. I'm almost sure it's on both the hands, not just one. What? What? Good job. Yes, I just beat the game. Hell yeah, let's go there. Monsoon is tough, Jeff.
Well, pray that we're going to need further testimony from all you witnesses. This time, I would like to know precisely what you did and did not see. Do I make myself perfectly clear? Yeah.
Mr. Naruhodo. This is good news. The course of the trial seems to have shifted slightly at last.
Yes! I might finally have a chance to turn things around here.
There was blood on both hands of this assailant. I sincerely distinctly remember that. However, I suppose you might say that I didn't see the stop it transpired, if that matters.
I remember seeing the knife, and I remember seeing both the attacker's hands with blood on them.
I didn't see anything myself, no, until I heard that scream.
Anyway, the fact remains. There can't have been anyone else inside the carriage, or we would have all seen. Well, lo and behold. And the truth of the fact, not one of you witnessed the crucial moment the crime was perpetrated. I apologize, my lord, but honestly, there's no one else inside the carriage, and the man's hands are covered in blood.
See you later, Jeff.
That much incriminating evidence is tantamount to saying that we saw the man do it.
That's really not what testimony's about. Let us examine the interior of the omnibus once more. The victim's fresh blood is clearly visible on the seat. Such a waste of precious blood. But corroborating with the witnesses' accounts. In other words, there is no substantial nor significant changes in the facts of the case. Now please leave me be as I clean the interior of this omnibus. Alone, with the door closed, please.
Very well, you may begin to lick the seat, counsel.
Yes, thank you! God,
Hopefully that's not taken out of context.
I just really love playing him as Dracula. It's so good. Chip's taken it out of context. That's great.
Very well, your cross-examination, please, counsel.
Yes, my lord. Stained glass backgrounds, alright. No, the evidence tells us otherwise. We have the gloves the defendant was wearing on the night in question in the court record.
I'm aware of that, sir, but nonetheless, I know what I saw and I stand by it. The man had blood on both his hands.
He's defiant even in the face of hard evidence. He's steadfastly refusing to admit that he might be mistaken about what he saw. But why? Your reasoning is die. One hand or two, the assailant points to the remains unchanged. Minutes after the grim crime, the victim's blood dripped guiltily from the accused's fingers. Don't try to downplay this. Whether or not you saw the exact moment of the crime is a matter of fundamental importance, as well as you know.
But for crying out loud, we all know that no one else could have possibly done it. I was just trying to save us all some time.
You have a loan of 20 guinea outstanding with the defendant, do you not? Had you hoped to release yourself from that financial burden by assuring the defendant was found guilty?
Well, that's not entirely not what I was not. I just lost a guinea or 10 when I backed the wrong horse in the Derby, that's all. I was gonna win it back. There's a fixture this weekend, that's a sure thing.
A little guinea or 10.
I'm a banker, no one bats an eye if I borrow a little spending money for the weekend.
Oh dear.
The judge is just like, oh, you poor unfortunate soul.
I think you may have revealed rather more about your character than you're bargained for, sure.
This witness scruples are not the trial here. Proceed to the next witness. Really, how's it supposed to work? You definitely saw that too. Blood on both hands. Yes, sir. I mean, I know what you're going to say. Only one of the McGillicuddy's gloves has any signs of blood on it.
That's right.
The thing is, as far as I remember, sir, when I looked down and saw Mr. McGillicuddy sitting beside the other fellow, I don't believe he was wearing any gloves, sir. He wasn't wearing these gloves? That's correct, sir. And I saw the blood on both his bare hands quite clearly. It's true that the dark-colored stain on the dark leather gloves wouldn't have been easy to see. I should point out that the police officer who apprehended the accused the night in question reported there were no trace of blood on McGillicuddy's gloved hands. There wasn't blood on his hands?
This is puzzling indeed.
It must be significant somehow. I'm sure of it.
I didn't see it myself. No, not until I heard the scream.
If you want, you can watch the clips. It sounds sort of odd. Fantastic. I'll definitely take a look at the clip. Do not worry. You didn't see anything?
Oh, yeah, I was about to say that sure, I didn't. Sorry about that. I was said before. Yes, very sorry, yes. It was very wrong of me to make up stories and just say I saw him stab the man. Wouldn't you agree, sir? I know you're insinuating, but I included it wasn't making up stories.
Still, to say that you saw nothing isn't right either, is it?
No, sir, I saw nothing at all.
Mr. Beppo, you were driving your horses. At the very least, you, must have enjoyed a good view of London streets, no?
Fuck you.
Oh! Say again?
Sorry, no, my thing wasn't working. It's working now.
Okay. Oh, please, you didn't even see that?
It was so cold and icy. All I could do was keep from passing out, sir.
Yes, my head was fairly frozen solid. Sorry to say, sir.
I could drink of water. It would seem prudent to avoid travel on the last omnibus service on London's cold winter nights.
That bowl!
Do you want us to take a look at something? Whee, we're going inside the booth. Oh no, I'm just trying to. The clothes are very impractical, aren't they? Are they, Katie?
It depends on what you're trying to do.
You think a human could fit in there? I think a human could fit in there. What do you think? This looks like also a equipment might be needed. I think I've already done this part, huh? I think someone might be able to fit in there. This is a gut instinct. And everything you saw of the incident was through the skylight on the roof of the omnibus.
That's right. It's fiercely cold at night, but the glass wasn't frosted over.
Oh yes, I remember I was shivering. It was so bitter.
The further burst the question why the pair of you were sitting on the roof deck in the first place. Well, I don't know about this young fellow, but I couldn't enter the cabin.
Oh, why not?
It was locked from the inside. I tried knocking, but no one opened the door.
It was locked.
That's right. It's a public service bus. For pity's sake, that's not why I call fair play.
They're 5 or 10.
Yes, I had the same experience. I tried knocking, but the gent inside just gestured at me to clear off. So I had no choice but to climb up to the roof deck and look down longingly into the warm cabin below.
Well, I can assure you I wasn't just looking down. I was glaring long and hard. And that's precisely why I can't tell you with absolute confidence that if there was anyone else in that cabin, I would have murdered I would have noticed.
Unequivocal, I would say.
I'm not sure about these two witnesses. Could they really have seen everything inside the cabin through the skylight? Hold on.
Can I not get up on the top here?
You have to press it, I think.
To get up here?
Try the other. There we go.
There we go. So they can only see one side of the carriage. They can only see one side of the carriage. The bastards are lying to us. Hey, not fair play.
Allow me to confirm one thing, Mr. Fairplay. You were riding this omnibus and witnessed the events in the cabin through the skylight on the top floor of the upper deck, is that right?
That's right, yes.
In that case, there's a portion of the cabin interior that would have been out of sight from you.
What?
By golly, really? Obviously, at this stage, we can't say for sure, but the possibility cannot be denied. At the time of the incident, there could have been another passenger in the closed cabin of the omnibus.
Enough hypothetical meandering, my Nipponese friend. The prosecution demands that you substantiate your claims. After all, the scene of the crime is here, in the flesh.
Very well, I will uphold the prosecutor's demand. You will identify the area of this cross-sectional plan of the omnibus. Where exactly in the omnibus are you suggesting that the potential extra passenger could have been situated?
Under the... Oh, no, I'm kidding. Both rows of seats on the roof face the direction of travel, whereas the seats on the enclosed cabin face each other. Say flesh again, but longer like flesh. Which means... God, I love how they're just sitting like... I'm sorry, can you hold a pose? Hold on, I'm gonna try holding a pose like that. Like, legit?
Well, part of it is like they do have a cane to like rest their hands on.
Fuddy-duddies, old fuddy-duddies can't even rest their hands on their legs. Fucking millennials. The vision of the cabin, which passengers see the roof deck through the skylight. As I've drawn here. Oh. That's right, my lord, as you can see. The seat opposite of the one the victim and his attacker were sitting on is obscured from view. In other words, if someone had been sitting on that seat, it's quite possible that the witnesses could have been completely unaware of it.
Objection!
Beppo's jacket is kind of aesthetic, though. It is possible some phantom was sitting there. Next, you're gonna tell me there are vampires in the courtroom! You Nipponese have a forbidding habit of obscuring the truth with ambiguity.
I concur with the prosecutor's rejoinder. In the British court of law, evidence is paramount. I cannot entertain the conjecture counsel. That is, unless you're able to put a name to this mysterious passenger from whom you allude.
And you, Mr. Naruhodo.
I also don't know. Who could it have been? Who could have been in the other seat, which was out of sight from the witnesses on the roof deck? We don't have enough people to even suggest that.
I think I have an.
It's male
I think I know
Strongheart.
what they're going for. I think I know
Oh!
what they're going.
No, I got it. I got it.
Sorry if that was too much of a hint, but
No. I was thinking it the entire time. I just didn't realize that that's what we're going for. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing. What if Mr. McGill was sitting on the other side? While the murderer, who's covered by the top hat, is on the other side. You know what I'm getting at? I understand, my lord, the defense would like to put forward a name. You are a fool! The response was a desperate attempt by a man who has no notions of his own limitations. A toast to hard lessons not yet learned.
Let's not delay, counsel. The defense is still to name the passenger on the other seat.
This could be it. This could be my chance. This could have been my waiting for it to turn in the trial in my favor. Goddamn. On that night, on the night of the murder, the person occupying the seat on the almost side was obscured from the passenger's view was Magnus McGill. The passenger in the enclosed cabin that the witnesses on the roof failed to see has to have been Magnus McGilded.
Mick,
Mr. McGilded?
what are you talking about, counsel? That's the name of the defendant. Objection!
If I desecrate this chamber by smashing my hallowed chalice, do forgive the discourtesy.
Lord Van Zix.
People talk of those tiny island nations in the Far East as having a learning and culture of their own, but I see they use terms ill-advisedly. What are you trying to say? Let me explain in terms that even a student of an artless backwater such as yourself might understand. I feel bad speaking like this now. When the bloody scene unfolded, the victim and the assailant were side by side. Multiple witnesses have attested to the fact. It's the very premise of which the case is built.
Objection.
He said objection. But that premise may be wrong. What? If the victim was really sitting inside, beside Mr. McGilded, it creates an inconsistency that can't be reconciled in any way.
What inconsistency, counsel?
The defendant's gloves, my lord. Both witnesses made the same testimony. They claimed that there was blood on both hands of the person sitting next to the victim. Yet we know the truth to be otherwise. Only one glove bears the gory remains.
Objection.
The point is, even in the face of irrefutable evidence, both witnesses have maintained their stance.
Yes, the testimony remains unchanged.
Exactly. They both adamantly swear that they clearly remember seeing blood on both hands of the assailant. In short, their memory of the events is correct, and their testimony reveals the truth. It was someone else sitting beside the victim that night, a third party we have yet to identify. And the victim's blood was on that passenger's hands. Both of them!
Objection.
And who was this third party? Obviously, the true culprit! And who was the man who killed the victim? Obviously the murderer!
You know how it be. He's not wrong. Or is he?
It's so funny. It's so stupidly funny.
Extraordinary.
God, Judge, no. I'm sorry. I'm the player and I say no.
Oh, what exactly are you postulating?
The defense's postulation is just that. Nothing more than conjecture. The witnesses are clearly saying they saw the accused.
Objection.
But when elaborating on his testimony, Mr. Fairplay said the two of them were wearing hats. I couldn't make out their faces.
Yes. Tops of their heads were obscured by the roof. I could see the rest of them, though.
Yes, that's right. Both gents were quite certainly hatted. Hatters do tend to notice such things, sir.
And what particular style did the hat of these two gentlemen sport, Mr. First?
I'm afraid I don't remember. And you call yourself a hatter? The style of hats makes no difference. There was no third passenger in that cabin. How can you be sure? Because if there had been, the accused, Mr. McGilded, would have undoubtedly had to have offered to depose the fact. Unless, that is, you are proposing an even more preposterous explanation. That the accused failed to even notice the presence of the true kobold in the cabin in which he traveled. The Mad Hatter, yeah. Go on.
Nothing.
No, so what are you gonna say?
No, it's just like, sir, I know the answer to this.
No, okay.
I mean, he was sleeping, he said, so...
He's right. If there's another person traveling in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus, it'd be inconceivable that Mr. McGilda wouldn't have been unaware of it.
Oh, no. There's clearly a simple solution to this problem.
Bring the accused, Mr. McGilda, to the stand.
Well, that's what you... Well, what say you, Consul?
The prosecution objects, my lord.
On what grounds?
As a suspect, he would have already made a full statement to the police. But what if there's some reason he's unable to speak freely? Magnus McGilda is no uneducated ruffian. If it indeed turns out the man had been withholding information, you can be sure it would have been a most deliberate act.
Consul for the defense, what is your opinion?
My lord, should we ask McGilda to testify or not? Yes.
Yes, we need to hear what he has to say in order to find out the truth. He's raising his hand like a good boy. The defense would like to call Mr. McGilda to the stand.
In that case, I would like to hear the opinion of the jury.
Oh, yes, I need a little more time to consider this.
If you ask me, I think we should hear what Mr. McGilded has to say.
Get the man out here, I say.
It would be utterly illogical not to hear his testimony.
When something needs doing, get it done. That's how I run things at the guild.
Hearing what the patron of my favorite little park has to say? Oh yes, that would be lovely.
Yes, the jury says the man must be heard. Very well. The court will hear the defendant's testimony. Bailiff, show the defendant to the stand at once.
Now, maybe what actually happened last night will finally become clear. You say some stupid shit like, oh yeah, I fell asleep.
Let's proceed with the resumed. Mr. McGilda, have you been listening to the discourse of the day?
To be sure I have, my lord.
There have been two matters the court decides to hear from you. The first is whether or not there was a third party with you in the omnibus cabin as proposed by the defense. The second is that if such a person was indeed present, why did you conceal the fact from the police?
Begad, no, it's not my nature to hide anything at all. Just answer the questions, please.
Who knows other than me and Katie? Yeah, who knows other than you and Katie, Chad?
The truth of the matter is I've been desperate about this all along. Do I tell you all or keep my mouth shut? Tell us what, Mr. McGilded? The fine fellow representing me is absolutely right. In the carriage of the night with myself and another man, there was another passenger.
It's true.
Aye, and 'twas me who helped the little urchin get away after it all happened.
You... What?
No! Magnus McGilded, the convenient excuse can't save you now! I'm truly sorry, so I am, Lord Van Zeeks. I'm sorry to be wanted to know as why I was nothing when I was taken in. Fuck! I'm sure you'd be wanting to know why I said nothing when the police was when I was taken in by the police. I do be having a good reason, I assure you.
Which was?
Well, the little child was just in the wrong place at the wrong time and not in any way involved, you see. What? If the police had known the wee one was there, they'd have assumed she'd done it. They'd have hauled her into here to the courtroom just like myself. I was only trying to spare her that. Young hearts and young minds are so easily damaged, my lord.
Who is this young child of who you speak?
That I don't know.
You don't know.
Aye, well, the wee thing just happened to be in the carriage that night. Never saw her before or since. We have absolutely no reason to believe this man. The prosecution calls the witness's statements to be disregarded by the court. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the urchin isn't here in the courtroom as we speak, listening to the proceedings. What? Fire! It's a fire! Look, someone's trying to get away! Smoke! What's going on?
Be careful, Mr. Naruhodo. Cover your face.
Bailiff! Don't let the accused escape! Secure the omnibus!
I hereby call an emergency resource. Bailiff, ensure the defendant is in custody and clear the courtroom.
What the fuck is happening? We were hurriedly removed from the smoke-filled courtroom by the bailiff amid scenes of chaos as people stumbled over one into the desperation to flee the chamber. We had no idea what was happening. All we knew that was, from the time being at least, the trial was suspended. Fucking kidding me?
Oh?
That always happens when I walk into a courtroom. Yeah, it always happens when I walk. I go to my Sunday courtroom briefing, just have a little fun. Always fucking
Only
happens.
Depends on what I eat, to be honest.
So are there 4 people that were down there? Because like, let's stop. If McGinnis is saying that, if McGilded is saying that there are no, the girl didn't do anything, right? McGill didn't do anything. And the 2 guys up top saw another man stabbing the man. And there has to be 4 people who were in there at once. Fuck me! Now they prove that there were 2 phantom passengers. What on earth just happened in there?
Mr. Naruhodo, I managed to find out what happened.
Mr. Sato.
I was told it was an advanced form of smoke grenade, a type of exploding device that releases smoke.
Smoke grenade? Sounds like a sort of thing ninjas use.
They're just making sure everything is safe now. I think the trial will start again before long.
But who would have done something like that?
Police managed to catch someone who was trying to flee the courtroom, apparently.
Leave the courtroom? Why?
Well, it's a young girl of around 15, I hear.
A young girl? And could it be the other passenger Mr. McGilded was talking about?
My thoughts exactly.
So he wasn't lying. Oh, what's become of Mr. McGilded, actually? There's so many things I need to ask him about, but he's not here.
I think he was summoned to the prosecutor's antechamber to answer questions. Along with the young girl.
This blood is so tasty! Tell no one I am drinking the blood of the innocent. Oh, what's that? I just heard something. Who is she, I wonder? What is she even doing here at the trial? She was taking a huge risk, and for what possible benefit to herself?
There's another matter that's troubling me.
What's that?
The 20 pence.
Oh,
According to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 4 passengers that night at a fare of 5 pence each. That comes to a total of 20 pence exactly.
but now it seems that there are in fact 5 passengers.
Which means the figures don't seem to add up again.
She's right. That is strange. Counsel for the defense, kindly proceed to the courtroom. Kind of did a little bit of a gumshoe there. Fuck. Trial recommence in 5 minutes. Oh, thank you, officer. We'll go straight away.
Well, Whoever she is, I imagine this young girl will be asked to take the stand and testify now. I really can't imagine what she's going to say, but could alter the whole direction of the trial.
We'll know soon enough, Mrs. Sato.
Yes.
Did you just hear? I did just hear Gumshoe. He was randomly transported back in the 1850s England. Oh, who's this young lass?
I love her, is who she is.
This young girl next to Mr. McGilded. Look! Just been the one who caused the disturbance before.
Well, after that rather eventful recess, the court will now resume the trial of Mr. Magnus McGilded. Now then, Lord Von Zinks.
My lord!
I believe you have established the cause of the smoke which has failed the proceedings earlier.
It seems to have been an advanced form of a smoke grenade of the sort typically employed by the army.
Good gracious, the army! What in the devil's name?
It was an elaborate attempt by a young girl to cloak and escape from the public gallery, but she was caught. She's the best character in this case. I will trust you there. And now she occupies the stand.
Your name, girl. Are you responsible for the smoke grenade which induced such pandemonium here in the courtroom? What is the meaning of this deplorable behavior?
Gosh, you're such like a cool guy, like in the background of the, like in the back of the fucking classroom, smoking a cigarette with his hat down. Like, fuck yeah, let's go. I love her already. If I may, my lord.
Yes, Mr. McGilded.
I think perhaps I ought to explanation here. Why is it that this wee lass here is here in the first place? And why was she drive the boat like that? This is all tied with the events of that night, so it is.
Very well, Mr. McGilded. Give your testimony. You will explain to the court exactly how this young woman is involved in the case.
Just what happened that night? It's not like a defense lawyer needs that information or anything. Jesus Christ. On the night in question, it took my back. Oh, fuck. His voice is so hard because I cannot keep the accent consistently, but I'm really trying. I get it every once in a while, but like, it's so hard to keep his accent because it's not English. I do not know the difference between Irish and Scottish enough to basically be able to confidently say the difference and not get fucking like prosecuted myself on to understand. On the night in question, I took a back seat on the omnibus and promptly nodded off. Then, Begorra, a large sound and a wee scream woke me in the fair start. There was a fella collapsed on the floor at my feet. I sat him up on the seat across from me. Then I turned to find out where the scream had come from. And bless me soul, what did I find? There was a child in here, all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away.
I remain somewhat baffled at first, but from what I gathered, the night in question, this young girl was indeed riding the omnibus. Is that correct?
It is exactly what the defense counsel said. This lass was the fifth passenger, my lord.
Very well. The defense will now cross-examine the witness. Are you ready, counsel?
Yes, my lord. Or rather, no. I have no idea where to start. Not a single thought in his head right now. Not a single fucking one. Great. When you first got onto the omnibus, were there any passengers already on board? There were not.
The cabin was empty and there were no one on the roof deck either.
You're the first passenger as it were, sure.
Aye, that's why I took the backside as I did. It is the most comfortable, so it is. Could you explain that? Exactly what you mean by the back seat? By all means, that's how you already described it earlier. Talking about the seat opposite of the one in which the poor gentleman was sitting. Like I said, this is the most comfortable and where I feel most at ease. And of course, I enjoy gazing through the skylight from time to time as well. A loud thud, you say, and a scream? Aye, that's right. How can I explain it? It was like when the sound of someone falling to the ground. That sort of noise. I think it was the sound of Mr. Mason falling to the floor, having been stabbed. Well, now you'll remember I was asleep at the time, so I wouldn't like to say. When the sound woke me, I opened my eyes. There wasn't a soul to be seen in the carriage, but the fellow on the floor. You didn't see anyone? At the same moment, you did hear a scream.
Ah, from the seats above the roof deck, I presume.
Not above me, no, my lord. It was from inside the cabin. But I wasn't altogether thinking about the scream. No, I was too stunned by the desperate sight in front of me in my eyes. You sat him up? The victim, you mean? That I did, on the seat across from me, as I said. I could plainly see the poor devil was already gone. You wouldn't leave a dead man just lying on the floor now, would you? This common courtesy, so it is. I find it a little hard to believe, for I would have sucked the remaining blood out of his body. For preservation, of course. Did he just ara? Did he just ara? Ara mi ara, Lord Van Zeeks! Now why would that be? You wake to find a man lying dead at your feet in the carriage. Any normal person would hail the cabin. Any upstanding member of London society, that is! Well, now, as you know, I'm in something of a special line of business.
Business of lending money at exorbitant rates of interest.
Unfortunately, my lord, not everyone is thankful for the help I offer them, and some would even see me dead. So I do try, where at all possible, to avoid getting myself in a tangle of trouble. Are you suggesting that we're just going to leave the man there? Heavens alive, no! I was always intending to report it, so I was. Only I had the mind to find out the whys and wherefores first. And the whys and wherefores? Right you are! There are some details I wanted to understand before anyone else got to meddling. That wee scream I heard, for example. Wouldn't your good self just do the same? Yeah, the scream he says he heard at the same time as the thought of the victim collapsing. I'm afraid I don't understand. I'm sure you told the court that there was no one else in the carriage except yourself and the victim. So I did, sir, so I did. As far as I could see, that is. What do you mean by that? Well, now, it is a queer thing. The wee scream I heard as I woke up. It came from, if you'll excuse the vulgar expression, under me backside. She was hiding. But look at your evidence for some clues. No, I know she was hiding underneath the actual seat. There's a whole thing underneath the seat, for sure.
Good gracious.
I mean, are you sure?
Yeah!
But are you sure?
Yeah! I can't move. Oh, there we go.
Fuck. Wait, it's all gone now. It's all gone now.
There might be some. Just since you were there anyway.
There might be something more in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a fun little thing if you notice it early, but...
Can you get in? Can you get closer in? Oh, there's blood under me too. There's blood where I'm standing? That's blood, isn't it?
Is something wrong?
Oh, it's just, well, blood stain's so obvious, that's all. And yet Von Seeks has made no mention of it.
I suppose that does seem a little strange.
What did it look like before this? Why do I have such a bad feeling about this? No, like, actual question, like, even if I had looked just here, like, I know I've gone like that before here, just kind of going all around. Why have I not seen this before? Was this out here the whole time? Katie?
Hmm?
Was this here the whole time?
I mean, why wouldn't it have been?
I'm not sure if you're being a smartass right now because there's things coming up that I'm gonna have to answer for. But like, I don't remember this being here, and I'm pretty sure I've done an entire sweep of this place. So I think you're being a smartass. Hey there, Cammy. Yeah, it has been there. It has been there, but I've never noticed it. Okay. Under your backside.
Is it?
What?
Nothing.
It blends in with the floor. It does not blend in with the floor, Chip. You're both.
It's almost, I don't know, Chip has a point. It's almost identical color to the floor. They're both red.
I'm gonna murder both of you. I'm gonna be the next one on trial. And when I lifted the seat, I noticed I had been seating. I found there was a wee cubbyhole there for storage.
Mr. Naruhodo, we can examine the omnibus ourselves, remember?
Yeah, of course. The whole bus was submitted as evidence.
This would be a very good time to have a thorough look around inside. Chipper, we jumped the gun, Chip.
The floor is blue. What? And that's what I found it. See, she was hiding herself. Aye, that's right. 'Twas hard seeing the dim lamplight, but she was all curled up in a wee ball when our eyes met. Well, my heart nearly stopped beating in me chest. Ugh. The floor is blue, the blood is... Oh my god. You're really overreacting this. Still and all, I pulled her out from under there. I sat her on the seat opposite so I could have a wee chin wag with her. Seat opposite? That's right. Just next to the dead gentleman there. Oh yeah, let's put the kid next to the dead guy.
You said this young lady next to a corpse, sir.
Well, as I'm sure I mentioned, a gentleman in my position can do all too often find himself in mortal danger. So, I needed to find out just who this urchin was, you see. And while I was in the middle of talking to her, I heard another scream. The fella's voice this time. Presumably, that scream was Mr. First, who was sitting on the roof deck seats. Right you are again, I would say, sir. Looking down from the skylight, you must have seen the young girl and the gentleman with the knife in his belly.
In other words, the previous witness did not, in fact, see you at all, Miss McGilden. What they believed were you the victim, and in fact, this girl and the late Mr. Mason.
Aye, my lord. I was, as I think everyone understands now, sat at the back of the carriage out of sight. Very easy.
It's certainly plausible. The defendant is somewhat diminutive in stature.
and readily confused, perhaps, with this young girl.
She was under the seat the entire time.
After that, of course, with the scream from the gentleman over us, the driver realized something was wrong and pulled up the horses.
Thank you, I've heard enough. The event as explained is clear in my mind. However, at least one conundrum remains. Who is this young girl?
Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a chancer. Earned her crust among large crowds, relieving people in their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket. What?
This girl here, petty thief.
She sounds badass, holy shit.
Order, order. Is this true, Miss Lestrade? Miss Lestrade, you will answer the question.
She has a fucking gun!
Ugh!
How dare you? What's the meaning of this? Oh my gosh, she has a fucking gun. Holy shit. She just brought a gun. This is not America. Get that shit out of here. This is the UK, baby. Get that shit out of here. Wait, she fucking gone?
Oh! The girl, she's gone.
Open your eyes.
Oh.
I'm over here.
Good
I
gracious.
pictured that immediately.
It's perfect.
How?
What was the point of that little sidestep?
I know what y'all lot are thinking. Grown-ups are all the same. This dirty little dipper, you'll say, slipped up and got caught on the job. She got herself back into a corner, so she knifed the gent. Go on, that's what's in your heads, ain't it?
No, not at all. This is a court of law. We're here to determine the truth, not cast. Don't worry, don't worry, Rinosuke. In like 200 years, your descendant will do the same with coffee.
Look, knives are for cowards. Only thugs use weapons like that. All I need for what I do is these fingers. I'm a professional, alright? Maybe not in your eyes, but I got pride in what I do.
Let me guess. You don't count smoke guns among weapons for thugs.
Oh, this? Yeah, this was in a bag I lifted the other day, down where they keep the four-wheel drags.
Did you steal that from Herlock? That looks like a Herlock thing with a little fucking flower on the side. Looks like his fucking glasses and shit.
It's nice, isn't it? I like pink best.
Oh, don't wave that thing in my direction again.
So, you admit that you were riding the omnibus in the night in question. It's alright, lass. You can tell him the truth now.
Alright, yeah. Just like the Irishman said.
The court accepts this girl, Miss Gina Lestrade, as a valid and significant witness to the case. Accordingly, young lady, we will now hear your testimony if you please. You will tell the court exactly what happened in the omnibus the night in question.
Alright. If I have to.
Alright, guys, here's what's gonna happen real quick. But the good is she's the best. I love her so far. She's great.
I love Gina Lestrade so much.
Here's what we're gonna do real quick. We're gonna take a quick $5. I just got a call that I have to answer. And we're gonna go use the restroom, get some water, all that good stuff. Alright, guys? See you in like 5-10 minutes, alright?
Sounds good.
Bye. And we're back. They won't stop looking at me. Help. Hey, Chip. Alright, you ready for this, Katie?
Yeah.
Alright.
So I snuck inside the carriage before they hooked up the horses, just like always.
Sorry, that was really funny.
What?
That's before they
Don't
ooked
make
up the
fun of me, I'm bad.
No, it's just go on.
Well, it was a right old waste of time. I got nothing to show for me troubles that night. I tell ya, can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch black in there. Then after a while, I heard this loud bang. Really jumped out of my skin, I did. And the scream just came out.
A lot of bang.
It's because of that this swell found me. He didn't help me get away, mind.
Yes, he let you go.
I don't understand why you would let the street urchin go, Mr. McGilded.
Oh, 'tis simplicity itself, my lord. You see, she couldn't possibly have killed the other passenger. I knew that for a fact.
How?
As I'm sure I said before, sir. I was sitting right on top of the place where she was hiding herself.
I think a demonstration is called for.
Okay, hop on in, young lass. I'm gonna sit on you again. This is where I was sat last night. And the cubbyhole of which you have spoken. Oh,
And the cubbyhole, which you have spoken, is underneath the ship, I presume. Yes, it does appear large enough to accommodate someone of the girl's stature.
aye, but of course the wee lass was stuck in there. Because I'd parked myself on the seat for the duration.
Oh,
So you see, that's why I let the lass bolt. I knew that if the police found her there, they'd have automatically assumed she'd done it. But I couldn't live with myself for a young life was ruined, when all the time I knew she was innocent.
even though you must have realized your action would result in your own innocence being called into question.
Not at all, my lord, not at all. I knew in my own heart that I was innocent. So, I thought it was worth taking a punt on my own good name for the sake of the less fortunate lass.
My goodness. What a perfect gentleman.
My lord! This fine example of a man cannot possibly be guilty of a heinous crime like this. I'm ashamed of ever doubting you, sir.
God damn, okay.
With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time.
Just like you did 10 minutes ago, right? Damn, okay.
Thanks to lawyers. All 6 members of the jury consent when they're leaning to the verdict of not guilty.
Wait, then who was the murderer?
Mr. Naruto, this, well, it must mean
Must be what?
that we're victorious.
We've won? Are you sure?
Objection!
Yes! Look at that leggy! Look at that leggy! All you feet fetishists, fucking
Oh my God,
get your time in the
no.
light!
That's gonna get clipped. Why do you do this to yourself?
If the sight of my iron-heeled Wellington offends, pray do forgive discourtesy. This really is a consummate example of the one monumental flaw in the British judicial practices. Where evidence and reasoning should be paramount, emotion rules the day.
Emotion?
The witness's later statements give us clear insight into his true nature.
What do you mean his true nature?
Do you really think Scotland Yard would have made such a glaring omission? After the incident, the omnibus was comprehensively searched by officers of the police. Obviously, the interior of this cubbyhole, as the witness put it, was included in their investigation. Yeah, put a name on the stream. Go for it, Chip. Go for it. Call me out. It's A-okay. The compartment under the posterior seat was full of Coachman's belongings. It's noted in black and white here in the police report.
Good lord.
The evidence has been tampered with. In order to corroborate Mr. McGilden's story, someone has unlawfully removed everything from under the seat. What? Oh.
Order! How could such a devious contrivance possibly have been affecting the console?
Naturally, we must acknowledge deficiencies of the constability in allowing this to have happened. However, I assure you, when the omnibus was wheeled into the courtroom this morning, the compartment under the seat was not empty. Well, my Nipponese friend.
Me?
When the case was submitted as evidence, doubtless you examined it in fine detail as any self-respecting practitioner of law. Pray, what did you find? What did you find the condition of the undersea compartment to be? Bot X Von Zeke's fantastic. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, to be sure, the young gentleman will be able to clear up this in a jiffy.
Sorry?
Go ahead. You tell the court now, fella. All this is all an elaborate excuse by the desperate Lord Von Zeeks.
Well, Consul, do you have something to say on this matter?
How am I supposed to answer? What can I say about the state of this little compartment under the seat in the omnibus?
I did look. It was not. It wasn't. I really don't know if this is giving the answer is helping my cause as counsel defense. But as far as I remember, at least when I first examined the compartment, I'm fairly certain there was a number of articles inside it. Yes.
Are you certain, Consul?
I'd be whist. What are you saying now, you daft da? I thought you were on my side here. What game are you playing? Your task is to defend the man in the stand. Why would you say something to compromise his position? As the advocate for the defense in this trial, I confess I'm still not entirely sure where I stand. But it seems to me that I should state the facts I do know as clearly and as honestly as possible. Interesting. This is not altogether pleasing, fella. I'm simply telling the truth, Mr. McGilden. Well, don't forget you're supposed to be representing my best interests here, lad. Now then. A fella's memory is a curious thing and not altogether reliable. No, the court must consider the facts. That there cubbyhole under the seat is as empty as the devil's heart, so it is. Do you think perhaps it would be in your best interest to admit that you might have been mistaken? Why do I feel like something's not right here?
I should like the jury to weigh in on this matter, I think. The compartment is designed to house equipment used to maintain the smooth running of the carriage. The guild's rules say that the omnibus should be properly and fully equipped at all times, so it certainly wouldn't be empty on the night of the question. Bebop isn't that irresponsible. Mighty lending fleece and the pick pressure line.
Whoa!
Ah!
I can't believe I'm nearly taken in. That stinking rich are always stinkers. Nothing but cowards, a lot of them.
What? Oh no.
It's a trick. Of course it's a trick.
Quite so, I must concur here.
Miss Logic's changed her thing 3 times. Fuck you.
With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time.
3 separate truths, woman. Yes, every time a different truth.
My lord, I humbly exhibit the scales of justice. Clearly the verdict of not guilty this time would be wholly inappropriate. Thank you, Consul. But before we proceed any further, there's the matter of the outstanding cross-examination. Counsel for the defense, begin your questioning for the witnesses, please.
Yes, my lord. What just happened? The whole balance of the trial just shifted almost beyond recognition. The Reaper of the Bailey is at work, it would seem.
So I snuck inside the carriage. Oh wait, we already read this.
So you were already inside the omnibus before it set off on its front.
Well, yeah, I mean, what's the point in spending a Joey to make a few bob, eh? That's the Roman idea, isn't it?
Which means no point spending money to make money. Actually makes sense.
Consul, I remind you that the girl is a petty thief. Kindly refrain from entertaining her tenants.
Well, it does clear up the little mystery of the fares and all. 4 paying passengers 5 pence apiece, making the 20, to which the cabman testified. And 1 little scapegoat riding for free.
Red Concord driver always goes for some drub before his last run, see? That's when I slip into the carriage and get myself hidden under the seat. Nice and easy, right?
But your hiding place is a storage compartment. Full of equipment for the coach, no?
Yeah, there's brushes and buckets and whatnot in there, sure. I always chuck all that out and cram it into a corner somewhere. No one ever seems to bother much.
Dina has this flushed face when she's talking about her crimes. Yeah, I love it. Go on, I heard you about to say something.
Just like sometimes she has like when she's doing the coin trick, she always has a cute little expression on.
And yet, according to the report filed by the police officer who first arrived on the scene, the compartment was full of such paraphernalia.
Well, I don't know nothing about that. Like I said, I moved all that stuff out so I could hide under the seat. That's all I can tell you.
Seems we've reached the end of that line of inquiry. Continue.
Oh, wrong button. Press is key. A waste of time, why is that?
Well, most nights I'm out on my own in the guard permit at... I'm out on my own in the guard permit at least some of the time. I don't know how to...
I beg your pardon. Did you say God permit?
Oh yeah, well that's what my kind call it. You might say the omnibus, I suppose. Why am I slipping into Southern? Point is, on any normal run, the carriage ain't got no one in it for a while.
And that's when you came out of your hiding place and got away.
That's it. Only that night, this cove was sat on me from the start. And he didn't budge go away, did he? Not 1 inch. I was totally stuck.
Do you mean to tell us that you were present in the carriage for the duration? Ahoy, Botanist, what's up? Botanist, what's up?
You were under the sea the entire time while the events were unfolded in the closed cabin.
Yeah. Right, mister?
To be sure, to be sure. I was as shocked as anyone. You don't expect to lift the cushion you've been sat on and find a child now, do you? Oh, hey, Remus, how you doing? Not much of Scott here. Well, enjoy the bad accents. We're gonna have a great time with these people. How you doing today, Remus? So this Miss Lestrade couldn't possibly be the culprit then. But you couldn't see out to the cabin at all.
Not a jot. Most days I push the cushion up with me head and look out the crack. But her little cat face there is what I was talking about. Her little she's so cute.
It's the little smugness of it.
Then I have a butcher at who I'm gonna fiddle.
I thought you were a pickpocket, not a butcher.
I mean, I kinda have a look. The seat I get under ain't as plush as the other one, see? Most of the time, my passengers plan themselves opposite.
That's contradictory to what he said.
But for some reason that night, this here Irishman spent the whole journey right over me head.
Oh, this is sus as fuck. And for that reason, you weren't able to push the cushions up to peek out. I see.
Truth is,
That coin work, right?
I ain't too happy in small, dark places. Feels much too much like being thrown in the clink. But it's the only place to hide in them carriages, so it's Obstin's choice.
Why does she just stick the pig into his pockets and open them? I think there's some reason that she's not letting on, judging from her demure.
So anyway, I was a bit scared, but I had to just stick it out under there. Nothing else for it.
Something's a little suspicious about this, because he was saying it's the most comfortable seat for him. She's saying it's the least comfortable seat. And when we investigated it, we said that, yeah, it looks soft, but it's actually quite hard. Which means it's not actually very comfortable. So I'm just going around being like, did he know about her being there? And is he such a good, like, big-brained 4D chess asshole that he's like, I'm gonna make sure she doesn't get involved in this? And then whatever, or did he actually stab her knowing she was there, just preventing her from seeing what's happening? I don't know yet. When you say a loud bang, do you mean the noise of someone falling onto the floor?
Could have been, I suppose. Boy, don't remember so well.
Then repress that or something? He hasn't said that. A man who plays 4D chess is my worst nightmare. Thinking in 100, thinking what I know, right, Remus?
Point is, it made me jump.
And you let out a scream involuntarily.
That's right. And then I felt the cushion over my head get lighter all of a sudden.
Presumably when the defendant got up in order to help the victim, yes. Or not. It could equally have been the moment the accused stood in order to stab his victim, could it not?
Oh, what you say the moment, a crucial moment.
Yeah, I saw it.
What?
I pushed up the cushion and added quick butchers while I had the chance, didn't I? The Irishman was sitting up the bloke what had fallen on the floor on the seat opposite. That matches Mr. McGilden's account, of course. But then, the fellow suddenly turns around and looks right at me. I sunk back down again, but it was too late by then.
See you later, miss.
Never risked looking.
And when Mr. McGillen discovered you, he pulled you out from your hiding place.
Boy, was scared stiff I was. He dragged me out and sat me down on the seat and all.
Next to the victim, Mr. Mason?
Yeah, that bloke had a knife in his guts. He was still bleeding. Well, then the carriage lurched a bit and he ended up falling onto me. How awful. Both me hands got covered in blood. Made me feel sick as a dog.
Sorry, hands were covered in blood. Both our hands covered in blood. That must have been the fact you saw. After that, I believe you talked with Mr. McGilden for a while, is that correct?
He asked me some stuff. Wanted to know me name and what I was up to in that. They heard something from up above. Someone screamed.
Yes, it's your first sighting from the roof deck. I wanted to be sure.
Well, I didn't want no one seeing my face, so I didn't look up. And the horses were drawn up smartish, and this here Irishman says to me, "Get back under the seat. I'll see that you can get away later." All 6 members of the jury had decided the defendant was innocent.
For one brief, shining moment, yes.
It's clear that they are all still very unsure.
Yep.
If we could just find some conclusive piece of evidence among this new testimony, I'm sure we would cinch the verdict we want.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I have this feeling. Something's bothering me, but I just can't quite put my finger on it. I don't... What? Wait, what piece of evidence do we have? Repress the third one? Oh.
Excuse me.
I didn't see that the first time, actually. Did he do that the first time?
I was too busy trying to not mess up a Cockney accent.
Why is Whooper more than Little Bud? Because Little Bud's small. Oh, it doesn't happen on the third time. Okay, gotcha. It doesn't happen the first
It
time.
must have been connected to some... It's been a hot minute since I played this. I'm too busy trying not to mess up the Cockney accent, to be honest.
Yeah, you're valid.
My
you're
brain's
valid.
always a little bit more turned off than if I were actively playing.
Yeah, you're valid. You're valid. Something wrong, Mr. McGill did. Oh, I do apologize. Was there something the matter, Counsel? I'm just wondering if Mr. Lestrange's last comment made something occur to you, perhaps. You seem to be thinking something to yourself. Oh, no, 'twas nothing important. I was feeling bad for the poor lass, is all. I remember feeling desperate myself as a young lad, stuck up in the dark. 'Twas terrifying, so it was. I see, yes, I'm sure we can all sympathize. I'm still scared of the dark now. I don't know about yourself, but I find that the darkness seems to make everything you hear seem much louder as well. Seems manipulative, I don't like him.
Yeah. I suppose it does, maybe.
Miss Lestrade! Did you hear something that light? Anything? An unusual noise, perhaps?
Nah, not really. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring.
Jarvis! There's no need to tell the whole world of me Forbies, you little scamp.
What a pity. If only Miss Lestrade had heard something, it might have given us a new vital clue.
Yeah. What should we make of the last statement of hers? My lord! I believe the statement just made by the witness is profoundly important.
Profoundly important, but all she said, that she heard nothing.
Yes! Which is the profoundly important point. I'm almost sure of it.
I'm almost sure I don't understand the inner workings of your Eastern Mind Council, nevertheless. Monsieur Lestrade, you will supplement your formal testimony by repeating the last statement, please.
What? Supplement? What you on about? Don't you give me all your fancy talk. I know what you're trying to do. Well, it won't work on me.
That's right, insult the judge. Always a good move.
I was straining my ears to work out what was going on, but I couldn't hear. But all I could hear was snoring.
So, you were straining to hear from what was happening the entire time, so the moment you hid yourself.
Not exactly, no.
Sorry.
Well, there was no one in the cabin to start with. I could just push the cushion up and have a butcher's to see what was what. But then, when I saw this swell getting on, I got me head down so he didn't notice now.
And Mr. McGillis sat on the seat under which you were hiding, correct?
Yeah. Would you add and leave it, eh? What a mug. Then all I could do was listen. I was waiting to jump out there, and as soon as I heard him leave, see? But would he? Not likely. Even though we'd stop here and there, I'd never heard the door open.
When did this other person just come in?
So I just had to stay put and listen to him driving his bigs to market, snoring like an old dog he was.
Are there any conclusions we could draw from that? I wonder. It doesn't add up. Miss Lestrade, what you just told the court? It's clearly at odds to the facts!
Ah?
Or odds, are you sure, man?
Absolutely. It seems my learned Japanese friend is not as dull-witted as I feared. So Von Seeks realized it too.
Also, you must insist that you bolster your claim with evidence, or some explicit party named at the very least.
Yes, my lord.
I expect you to demonstrate the alleged contradiction to the court.
According to Miss Lestrade, while she was hiding in the omnibus at night, she heard nothing but the sound of Mr. McGillis snoring. But I think, I think, something else she should have heard. Short person. Very well, my lord. Allow me to elaborate. On the particular sound that Miss Lestrade could not have failed to hear that night in question. Sound very clearly explained by the presence of this person. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Oh! Alright, so we are gonna show Mr. Bruce Fairplay because he knocked on the roof.
What? thought she was 15. Whatever.
Okay, she's 17, it says. So either one of these two, but Bruce Fairplay knocked on the door. Like, she should have heard that. It would seem phantoms are at work again. Fuck you. This time of my Nipponese friend's ears.
Okay. No sound is apparent to me at all.
Oh. Allow me to introduce you to a sound that will be very real indeed, however. The sound of your death throes! He's right. That was loud.
Hold on, console. According to Mr. Strong, she was hiding. She heard nothing but the sound of the sonic tinkers. I think.
Heard. No person. No! Very well, my lord. Allow me to elaborate. On a particular sound that Miss Lestrade could not have failed to hear that night in question.
Take that!
Ah! Let me see it real quick. I know what I'm trying to say. It's not letting me say it. Like, he has to have come on, right? So you present the photo of the dead guy because he got on at one point in time. No. No, but yes.
Get sent back to Japan.
That's what I was trying to say the entire time. Fuck you.
First version.
Yes, my lord. The sound that Mr. Strong could not have failed to hear is that of the victim, Mr. Mason, boarding the omnibus.
Order! Explain yourself, console.
Mr. Lestrade, allow me to confirm something. You claimed earlier that you were the first person on the omnibus. Is that correct?
Yeah, of course I was. We got on while the driver was in the pub, didn't I?
And the next person to board the omnibus was Mr. McGilded. That it was. Not the soul was in the cabin when they climbed aboard. At least not in plain sight. So you were, to all intents and purposes, alone in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus at that time. Did I not just say as much? I wasn't traveling with anyone else, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, I saw him get on, remember? Through the crack under the seat cushion. He was on his own for sure.
And from what we've heard, the carriage of number stops on its onward journey. During which time, did you not hear the door opening or closing at all?
Nah, I never heard it. That's exactly what I was listening for, weren't I? Waiting for this swell to leave.
In which case, when and how did the victim end up in the carriage?
Oh!
You know the victim collapsed inside the enclosed cabin of the omnibus. Therefore, Ms. Lestrade's statement about what she did or did not hear is at odds with the facts. Yes, this petty thief's statement is clearly flawed.
Lord Von Zorks.
Yes, he knew. He knew all too well that there was an inconsistency with Mr. Lestrade's statement. It would seem the words of thanks are in order from my learned friend. What are you talking about? You have demonstrated matters impeccably. This witness and her colorful statements
are entirely unreliable. Her words are convenient untruths, nothing more.
He's done right. How could everyone possibly not be on board with the omnibus?
That makes no sense whatsoever.
That girl's a pickpocket. Let's not forget that.
Oh no. Granny, no!
Ah, she didn't even say anything.
I didn't want to judge the dear little mite just because she has some rather naughty ways. I must say, I can't abide liars.
Neither can I.
Mr. Foreman!
I don't want to judge a girl because she has some less than salubrious ways. But I must say, cannot abide liars.
Are we have to cross-examine the jury again? Ah!
Mr. Naruhodo, that's 5 jury members leaning towards guilty.
Well, your consideration for others is refreshing, my Nipponese friend. To the considerable troubles you have spared me. Sip, 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 this is delicious blood. Yes, very refreshing blood. It is all negative, so I'm also taking away everybody's blood donations. What are you playing at? Have you forgotten who you're working for, you useless Eastern Amadan? It's carnage, it's perfect! Juror number 2 is the only one left.
Mr. Naruhodo, the way things are going.
I know. If we can't find some new way to convince everyone Mr. McGilden's innocence, the judge will rule we'll have lost. I'm gonna go. See you later, Chip.
I very much wanted to believe the words of one of London's most respected gentlemen. But those of us in service know we must accept hard truths. Yes, the witness's last statement seems to have revealed the critical inconsistency in her story. However, if we consider the possibility that her statement is, in fact, the truth, it may shed an entirely new light on this whole case. What are you saying? Counsel? I'm sorry, sir. Whatever do you mean?
Counsel, I will not tolerate you attempting to procure my objection. Explain yourself at once.
When the accused boarded the omnibus on the night in question, the victim was nowhere to be seen. Subsequently, the carriage door was not heard opening a single time as testified by the witness in the stand.
And yet the victim's body was found inside the carriage.
If these petty thieves or words are to be believed, then how do you explain the victim's miraculous appearance inside the cabin of the omnibus? There's only one way to explain how the victim came to be inside the carriage. Two of these work. That's the problem. Two of these work. He was in there already. Hiding? Is there anywhere else he could have hid?
Look,
Look what?
never mind.
There's no handle here. Blood here, blood on the ground. It's all gone. She would have known if there was someone next to her in there. One door. Let's go back. Oh. Wait, can I not examine this handle?
Examine the full skylight, I think.
What do you mean full skylight?
There was a way that you could mess with that before, because I saw you do.
Oh, you must have wanted to shoot from here. It looks like there's a handle up here, and I cannot figure out how to examine it to confirm it.
You can't. I swear you opened that last time, but maybe I'm crazy.
What if just if the door wasn't opened even once, the only explanation is that the victim entered the enclosed cabin from some other way. I wondered what new fantasy you'd come up with in your blind panic. But behold! The omnibus is here for all to see. Only one side of the enclosed cabin is furnished with a door, and the other only has windows. Fixed windows cannot possibly open, in short. There's no entrance to the cabin other than the door. But there could be. There's one possibility you haven't considered. Oh, really? Yes, one of the way inside that isn't the door. Another opening for which allowed the victim to appear inside the enclosed cabin. Alright, console. The defense will identify the location for the core. I'm gonna save real quick in case this thing decides to act up on me.
Here's the most answer the code. Where's answer the proposal for some answer for the cabin?
The answer is obvious. He'll only been in the skylight.
Or say the skylight.
Objection!
Your ludicrous proposal almost had me at a loss for words. However, the skylight may be large enough for someone to pass through.
Objection!
So you claim, but have you had a shred of evidence to support your addled brain theory? Both Mr. McGillen and Miss Lestrade said the same in the testimonies. They each claimed to have heard a loud thud, such as the noise of someone would be falling to the floor.
Yes, which has been explained. As the sound of the victim falling from his seat, having been assaulted with a dagger.
Yes, it has, but But a man slipping from the seat onto the floor really had made such a loud noise as witnesses described. A noise loud enough to cause Mr. Lestrade to let out an involuntary cry, in fact.
Good gracious!
Perhaps, in fact, at the moment that the victim made his entrance into the cabin. No, let me rephrase that. The victim didn't enter the cabin as such. He fell into it!
Objection.
You're now suggesting that the victim fell from the skylight into the cabin! That's simply impossible! How can you be so sure? Because the victim had fallen inside the skylight, as you say, the passengers on the roof deck would have seen it happen. And yet, no one person made mention of such events in their testimony. Yeah, that's true, but... Like the humble fella, make a wee comment here. Mr. McGilded. To be sure now, the two fellas who were sat on the roof that testified afore said nothing of the falling victim through the skylight. But it seems to me, my lord, that 'tis not such a case of them not saying, but... This is a case of them being unable to say. What? I think perhaps the two fellas will be having something of a compelling reason not to mention what happened. Would you not agree, fine ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
My goodness, surely not.
Now these two chaps on the roof. Those two chaps on the roof. You mean the ones who stuck that knife in the man were?
Oh.
Just what exactly are you insinuating here, you bletherer?
Your Honor, he said. Your Honor. What are you insinuating?
This flaming outrage is a good mind to give you a blinker in a minute.
He'll give you a shiner in a minute, he said, and so will I.
Mr. Fairplay, you have effectively accused me of a city gentleman and a well-respected banker.
And me, a very angry hatter.
Suggesting that someone like me could have stabbed that man in the guts. It's a disgrace. It's scandalous. I protest. I protest in the strongest terms possible.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Ow!
Are you okay?
Remember when I said that sneeze from earlier hurt my ribs? Oh!
Don't hurt yourself.
I started laughing at this doofus. Like, oh my god, look at him.
The little gallop noises also kill me.
Hold on, let me take off my headphones. Oh my god, there's gallop noises.
That's right, I protest too. About you, you rotten scoundrel.
Order. That's right, the time witnesses. I will not permit the wall television to stand. Turn to the answer at once. But this is beyond reason, my lord. It's outrageous.
It's very hurtful, you know. My lord, if I may comment.
Oh, hello, officers.
It was the defense that incited this outburst from the witnesses. My learned friend seems to fits to abandon all protocol, accuse witnesses without proof.
Actually, I didn't do anything, sir. It was
Accused?
that guy over there.
I never intended to. It seems, young Nipponese, that your command of the English tongue is wanting. You propose to discover that the victim fell through the skylight of the roof deck of the omnibus. The hypothesis cannot possibly stand without the rooftop passengers being aware of the event. You have branded these gentlemen as liars. You have intimidated their criminal guilt. In our British court of laws, it is termed a baseless accusation. No, I should put it forward finding actual evidence, but you can't say dismiss it without a second thought. What are we wasting time for? Get him to
Yeah, testify! Oh, I thought something was fishing with that hat from the moment I laid eyes on this fellow. We have to see this matter through, now, one way or another.
There's filth and rubbish in our midst. We must dispose of it at once. What's happening, Mr. Naruhodo?
Spectators in the public gallery are in a complete frenzy.
Mr. Fairplay, Mr. First. My lord. You will take this on the gun and make another formal testimony in reference to the indictment brought for the defense. Yes, my lord.
I didn't come here for this. No time to think this through. All I can do, keep pushing forward. You just admitted not a single thought in his fucking head.
We were the two people on the roof deck. Or alive, I can swear. Dead or alive, I can swear to that.
If anything happened when we were sitting, don't you think one of us would have noticed?
In any case, neither of us knew the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man.
The skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. We could have possibly opened it.
It's a lie. If you're sure the victim, where's your proof? Okay, fair enough.
I must say that on listening to this testimony, it's so hard to imagine. Either witness could have performed any malevolent act on the open roof deck, but the other not noticing it for a fright. That's right, you see.
Well, innocent, I tell you.
Although logically, of course, the argument falls down to if the two of you were in collusion with one another.
What?
Huh?
According to the investigations by Scotland Yard, two witnesses said no common dealings.
Well, I don't trust coppers any more than I trust the stinking rich.
Fair.
It doesn't feel right here. The trial is going in our favor, really. So I don't feel uneasy.
Counsel for the defense, over to you. Cross-examination, please.
Oh, yes, my lord.
These trials feel so much longer than the ones in the original Ace Attorney.
Oh yeah, these trials can get really long.
Amazing, I love it.
They can get really long.
You sound like terrified.
There's one trial in this that's really long.
How much is Herlock in that trial? Zach, man.
Pardon?
How much is Herlock in that trial?
Just a little bit.
That's not enough. Sekhmet ECA. Guys, go check out Sekhmet. She does a lot of Animal Crossing. She does a lot of like hair care products. She sells a whole bunch of hair care products and stuff. Great person. Check her out, guys. How you doing, Sekhmet? So no time to the victim, Mr. Mason. Climb up and join you on the roof deck.
Absolutely not. Dickon!
No question about it, he said. Not a wall. Oh, but yes, of course. I do remember seeing them both. I saw the victim inside the enclosed cabin talk with the man here.
Is this true, Mr. McGill?
Dear me lord, at the risk of repeating myself, I boarded the omnibus alone and nodded off inside almost immediately.
That's no, what, Lord? If I doubt you were engaged in.
Let me stop you there, fella, and ask, do you have any evidence at all? At all?
Are you good, Harry? We're having a great time. Me and Katie here are doing some fantastic voice acting work for these people. It's great. It's all about the evidence in the court these days, so it is. You do well to remember that.
I saw you with my own eyes.
This is going so well. Well, it wasn't the final run of the omnibus. It passed at past 10 o'clock in the evening.
Would certainly have been quite dark, perhaps too dark to see clearly.
Is this the kind of lark?
Some kind of joke, he said. Is that what this is? Or perhaps one or the other you fell asleep briefly.
Are you fair dinkum, sir?
Are you serious, sir? That's what he said. It's impossible, I tell you.
I'd give you the keys to the vault if you could fall asleep in that bitter cold. Did imagine your eyelids would freeze shut and never open again.
That's extreme. It was extreme, I tell you. And we had to put up with it because this man had locked the door. Any true gent would have unlocked it and let me in when I knocked. I'm dreadfully sorry about that young fella. But you see, I was away with the fairies and I didn't hear you at all. That's a lie. I saw you through... wow. That's a lie. I saw you through the glass. You were talking to someone. Damn it. Fix the accent. Fuck. Now, 'twas a cold night, so it was. People do be seeing things that aren't in the cold. It's hardly surprising. Seeing things.
Chill the fuck out. Relax. I believe we have reached an impasse here at this particular point.
You! Don't take it personally now, lad. If I'm a suspect in this case, then it's only fair you and the other fiend are too. Open and free competition is what a capitalist society is all about. This isn't a competition I should like to be involved in, really. Guys, in a capitalist society, we are all equally charged with murder.
Here I thought that was socialist because everyone's equal, but no.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh. So, you never met the Mr. Thrice Fired Mason before?
Oh, Loom, no, not once ever.
You never met the man before, he said? Never! And you, Mr. First? Had no prior dealings with the victim either? That's right, sir. Hatters don't have much to do with brickmakers, to be perfectly honest, sir.
Oh, I imagine not.
You see, how many different ways can I put this? Either one of us have a remote connection to the gentleman who's inside the cabin.
Excuse me.
Mr. McGilded. Yes, Consul. What can I do? What can I be doing you for? That what does this last statement give you pause for thought somehow? Not the remotest connection. Is that right? Now I wonder.
What are you insinuating now?
Ah, Mr. Fairplay. 'Twas been too long, so it has.
Huh?
If I'm not very much mistaken, I believe 'tis fast approaching, is it not? Your repayment date.
I beg your pardon.
You borrowed 20 guineas from me, sir.
At an unconscionable rate of interest, you tricked me. It's extortion.
Well, now, there's a touch of begrudgery, is it? The sort of begrudgery that might motivate the fellow to pass his crimes off to another. And young Mr. First. Me so? What do you want me, sir? You be making hats for a living, do you not? And there's a top hat sighted on your head. None of your own creations, is it? Oh, well, I'm still just an apprentice, you understand. I'm learning to find the perfect fit for whatever fine gent walks through the door. The perfect fit, is it? Well, it is very distinctive design, so it is. Many customers like it, I tell you. They like a distinctive touch. Customers, such as the thrice fried Mason. Ah. There was a photographic print of the victim submitted as evidence after, my lord.
Oh, you mean this? Oh, you mean this?
Oh, shit. I can't help thinking the poor fellow's hat. I can't help thinking that the poor fellow's hat looks distinctly familiar, wouldn't you say? Oh! That's one of my hats. Aye, that is. So it seemed the brickmaker was a customer of yours. That sort of customer I'd wager you could have had a wee quarrel with over the distinctiveness of goods. Oh, no, sir, absolutely not, sir. Well, there's really nothing more to add. It wouldn't be right to say that the two fellas here haven't the remotest connection to the victim, you see. I rest my case.
You little weasel. Ugh.
He's better at this than I am.
Was accidentally muted, I think.
No, you're good.
Gosh, Mr. McGilded certainly has been thorough in his research, hasn't he?
Please don't let my little interruption hold up the proceedings. I got the Hat Hunter achievement. Nice. Are you quite certain about that? The skylight was shut the entire time.
You wanna say? I'm gonna lose my block with you in a minute.
He's gonna lose his rag with you in a minute, that's what he said.
Take a look at yourself. Go on. You see, it's fast shut now, just like it was that night.
So it is, of course. A fellow the size of Mr. Mason could likely break right through and all.
What?
Just look at the size of the thing, you understand.
No, you hold that man, sir. Size of the thing means nothing. No. So let's consider the bigger picture here, shall we?
Let's stop biting our cane, shall we? I was riding the omnibus on another occasion when, well, I broke wind loudly. I shocked myself a bit as it happens. Dude. This dude farted so loud he scared the shit out of himself. Maybe literally.
This is unexpected. This is an unexpected confession, Mr. First.
Oh, I just mean to say, well, the point is I tried to open the skylight, you see. But, just my luck, I couldn't make it budge. The stench was terrible. Everyone was looking daggers at his change. Oh, the poor lad!
Ripperoni.
Oh, he ripped one for sure.
Boy, what a stinker.
Oh, shit, the poor man. I feel bad for him. If he wasn't the murderer. I feel bad for him.
Are you expecting me to sentence you?
Oh, no, sir. The point is, the skylight can't be open. I tried and I tried when I was inside the cabin of shame.
Excuse me.
You have something to say about that, Miss Lestrade. Miss Lestrade.
It opens.
Huh?
The skylight. That is what we're talking about, right?
Fucking take a gun out, okay.
All them skylights open, dead easy.
What do you think you could load that weapon? That's a lie, I tell you. Otherwise, when I broke wind,
You can't do it from inside, you mug.
Oh.
Look, a few weeks ago, I was up on the roof deck of one of them drags. I had a great haul. I mean, I had purses coming out my ears.
Nice.
This is fraud is not the form that utilizing on the side of the criminal activities.
Well, anyway, I had a bit of a scare. When I lifted the last bloke's purse, he got wise to me. All four of them surrounded me, so I couldn't off the bus and leg it. So what I did was I used the skylight. I opened up the catch and jumped right through.
What?
Yeah, the catch for them skylights is up on the top side. That's why you can't open them from the cabin.
Skylight opens from the roof deck?
Well, Come up with the roof of the omnibus at once. And verify the witness's claims.
So you had to get to this point to know that it opens. Okay.
Ah!
Oh, my heart.
See,
I'm just gonna fucking shoot you.
I swear we opened it last time. Maybe I'm nuts. I'm probably nuts.
Maybe.
Order. So, it appears that the street girl's statement is quite true.
I don't believe it. The skylight opens. And from the roof deck.
Mr. Naruhodo. This could be the clue we've been looking for.
Well, counsel for the defense. Please continue with your cross-examination.
Yes, my lord. I should investigate it for myself. So this skylight was fastened shut before.
Now the catch has been undone. We should be able to open it.
You're gonna see inside the carriage through this opening, that's for sure.
Yes, and there's a lamp. The enclosed cabin. We read this part. I think.
Yeah. Guess we're gonna go in and look from the inside. Find anything out of place?
Go back up. You just...
Oh.
Yes, it does open very wide, doesn't it?
Why'd I have to kick someone like you through?
Excuse me, Mr. Naruhodo, I'm speaking. Wide enough to kick someone like you through, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo. Shall we try it right
Why
now?
someone like me? Wait, what? No!
Susato flip! Ah!
What is it?
Look, just here, look at this.
That's without question. It's blood! Why would there be blood stained there?
Surely, it can't be unrelated to the case, can it?
Oh, we're just gonna present that.
Objection!
On the night in question, the victim was fatally stabbed in the stomach, and immediately afterwards, the victim's body was pushed through the skylight into the cabin below. Those are the facts, and the irrefutable proof remains clearly visible in the omnibus that stands before us today in the very courtroom.
What? That's utter humbug. Ugh, you can't possibly have any evidence.
No, you can't. I mean, we didn't do it. I tell you, it's impossible.
Irrefutable proof here in this courtroom.
Counsel,
Yes, my lord.
I believe everyone would appreciate a little clarification here, Where exactly within the omnibus is this evidence to which you allude? You'll point out just what this proves. The victim fell through the roof deck of the tunnel.
Oh. I remember the present buttons are.
Got it!
By Jupiter, is that blood? Ah!
The bloodstain proves two things. Firstly, when the incident occurred, the skylight on the omnibus was open.
What?
And secondly, the victim was already bleeding when he fell through the opening.
Oh my.
And so it follows that Mr. McGilded, who was inside the enclosed cabin himself at the time, cannot possibly be guilty of this crime.
No! Order in the court. But the blood could have been sprayed up there when the fellow was stabbed inside the cabin.
It only found its way up to one particular spot in the skylight. Sure, that would be very convenient. And let's keep in mind that the skylight's catch can only be unfastened from the roof deck. I myself would have been able to open it now, would I? But, there's no way to know for certain, is there? If the gent really fell through the skylight, I mean. Why don't you have a good look at the floor of the cabin between the two seats, Mr. First? It's all too plain to see if you see it. There's the aftermath that shows the poor fella drop from a far height there, so it is.
What? No!
Well, it can't be. It's all lies!
My fellow jury members, I think we can all agree that this is clear proof of the defendant's innocence, can't we?
I believe we can. Yes, sir. It's clear to me now where the filthy rubbish can be found in this courtroom.
So, they thought they could pull wool over my eyes, did they?
I won't tolerate any of this guilt's charges being sullied with blood. I won't tolerate it.
Oh, I always knew that nice gentleman who gave us that delightful park couldn't have done such a thing.
2 different times, yeah.
On 3 then, everyone. 1, 2, 3.
I'm waiting for the hold it from. There we go. Oh! A chilling performance, Mr. McGilded. Oh! And what would you be referring to now there, Lord Van Zeeks? A bloodstain from the frame in the skylight. Such evidence is null and void. What? Why? The dagger is his own dagger, isn't it? For one extremely simple reason. That smear of blood never existed! What? What are you talking about? It's there for you to see. It's all clearly blood. I've personally attended Scotland Yard's investigation of the omnibus. The officers involved went over the carriage of a fine-tooth comb. So I can state with absolute certainty. No such smear of blood existed in the carriage. At least, not until this trial began. But
Are you suggesting this is the same blood it was?
fabricated, my lord, yes. And while this court had been in session. What? What a palaver. I must say I didn't expect such a crude reasoning from a prosecutor in your standing, Lord Van Zeeks. What is the fucking truth? Like, obviously Mr. McGilded is extremely manipulative. That I recognize thoroughly and fully. That being said, like, there's so much evidence to both sides. Like, first and foremost, it is Mr. McGilded's knife, right? Mr. McGilded's gloves do have the blood. And the fact of the matter is that, yes, both the other people have reasons for actually wanting to kill him, but that's very, very, very loose with the hat guy. And for the other guy, like, it could have simply been that he was doing something for Mr. McGilded, right? Like, Mr. McGilded looks bad either way. Mr. McGilded said it was comfortable seats, but the girl said it wasn't. It's like fucking...
Pretty wild, right?
It's wild. It is 10 o'clock. We'll find a stopping place and then we'll pause and save and then we'll see what happens.
I think, yeah, let's keep going for a bit.
Yeah. Don Magnus McGilded, a fella known all over the campus for his fine contributions to the public life. I don't take kindly to slander and I'll fight it to the bitter end. Even if it's rolling off the tongue of the Reaper of the Bailey. Mr. McGilded, I realize this is your first appearance in court as the accused, however. I am well aware of your involvement behind the scenes of a great many affairs of dubious nature. You're very adept when it comes to avoiding getting your own hands dirty. And each time it happens that the case you're involved in investigated, you adapt the facts. Adapt the facts? What does that even mean? When you wield a fortune the size of Mr. McGilden, however ill-gotten it may be, nothing is impossible. Tampering of evidence, manipulating the scene of a crime, bribing witnesses. I told your ability to concoct the most convenient of stories, sir. That Lord Van Zieks. This will not do, to be sure. Will it now, Consul? Like, that does not make me comfortable, right? That does not make me comfortable at all. Oh, no. I think it's fair to say this does all sound like a rather far-fetched excuse by a desperate man. The blood of the skylight didn't exist, you say? But, if you will cast your minds back, is it not true that the omnibus has been in the courtroom this entire time? How could anyone have put the smear of blood in it without the world and his wife seeing? During the smoke ban. Isn't that right, Counsel? Ooh. The omnibus has been in full view the entire time that the court has been in session. My learned friend. Here's to hearing your opinion on this matter in your own words. I'm going to save the story real quick. Because, like, yes, the thing is, this bus has been here in full view, but that we have not always had full view of the bus. As you wish. As long as tampered with the omnibus during this trial. You're asking me, I think. As a defense lawyer, it's my job to advocate for the defendant as best I can. But still, I feel as though something even more important is at stake here. There is no evidence to suggest that the defendant did as my learned friend suggests. However, wait, are we allies, Mr. Van Zieks and us, or like, are we working together or are we working against each other? I can't tell anymore. Huh. However, in terms of having the opportunity to carry out the alleged tampering, there is one possibility.
Oh.
Good gracious. Explain yourself, Consul.
Yes, there is. It seems my learned Nipponese friends has no intention of running away from this deceit.
Sweet.
I'm sure everyone here remembers clearly the risks that we had forced to take. As a result of the smoke grenade fired by the witness currently in the stand, Miss Gina Lestron. What's going on?
Be careful, Mr. Naruhodo. Cover your face.
They left all of the accused escape secure the omnibus.
Hereby called emergency recess. Barely to show the defendant's custody to show the first one.
The courtroom was filled with smoke and everyone was thrown into confusion. All of us were made to leave the chamber. In that brief interval, under the veil of smoke and in all the chaos, it could have been possible to steal inside the omnibus. Are you wise? What are you trying to pull, ye rotten, feckless Gouger? Feckless? Gouger? You're supposed to be defending me. This is a wicked plot. This is the wicked plot to undermine me, so it is. Whatever you think it is, it changes nothing. The facts are the same. After this courtroom was evacuated earlier as a result of the smoke grenade, a number of inconsistencies materialized into realization in the omnibus. So that bloodstain wasn't on the ground before. Fuck y'all. I knew it.
start through the storage compartment underneath the rear passenger seat. When the police investigated the omnibus, this compartment was full of the driver's items. Secondly, we have the smear of blood on the edge of the skylight. As I have said, it is not present at the start of the trial this morning.
Unfortunately, Lord Van Six, no one is able to collaborate with your claims.
That's true. Whenever the omnibus was first wheeled out, both the storage compartment and the skylights were shut.
Accordingly, I'm afraid to say you cannot establish whether the incident is the result of tampering or not.
Indeed, my lord, there's no doubt that not a single person who saw it fit to verify such things.
What do you think
Sorry?
about the omnibus? Is there anything else unusual about the omnibus?
There's no horses. I mean, the blood on the ground. I didn't notice it the first time. Like, I probably would have. I'm gonna get the guy fucking found guilty. Alright. Well, it's gonna be like that one thing in Eastern, it's like, yeah, no, he definitely killed him. At the same time, like it's like the Matt on guard case. My lord,
Yes, Consul.
there is one further inconsistency. A mark that surely could not have been present at the start of the trial. What in the devil's name are you gonna say now? If you dare to betray me, you little maggot, you better be watching your back. Silence, McGilded! The court awaits the defense's clarification. Chalk keeps swinging one way, then the other. I have no idea what's going on, what the truth is, and what's deception. What am I supposed to believe here?
So that's your elaborate, Consul. But how was I want to play the picture of the return? No, this is what I want.
Oh, fuck, wrong button again. God damn it. If we consider the victim fell through the skylight onto the floor of the cabin, we would certainly expect to find signs of blood where he landed. But as far as I recall, this blood stain on the cabin floor was not there when the omnibus first brought into the courtroom.
Good lord!
Knew I was right.
Yes, you're correct, Consul.
Well said! Although, as advocates for the defense, one might say that's a very careless slip of the tongue. I believe the blood stain on the floor is a decisive piece of evidence. But, if the question is whether or not the evidence is genuine, or whether it is unlawfully fabricated by someone, I feel compelled to admit that there's at least a possibility that the evidence is fake. Ah! This trial. Oh. I went to Dracula immediately. Trial is over. Sir Gilded.
I've done everything I possibly do to cooperate with the court, but it's all over now. But you're the defendant. It's over, I tell you. Memory, recollection, what people think they saw. It's all nonsense. Facts are what counts, and the fact is the bloodstain is there now. Ah, well. And over the course of the desperate trial, long as extremely drugged out as it's been, the good-for-nothing Reaper of the Bailey has failed to present any decisive evidence at all. I'm scandalized. So I am. I thought better of the Lord Van Zeeks. Well, me lord.
Must recall to the defendant. The uniform recollection of the individual cannot stand as evidence. At this moment in time, a particular bloodstain in the question is very much in existence, and in the absence of any credible method by which to prove its alleged previous non-existence, I regret to say that it would be improper for this trial to continue.
Your lordship can't be serious.
Lord Van Zeeks, what is your position?
The prosecution, my lord, has no further witnesses or evidence to present.
Very well. Of course, I believe we have explored every possible avenue of this matter. I shall proceed to my adjudication. As a formality, I am of course obliged to confirm with the defense first.
What formality?
Things stand at the moment, it would seem that Mr. McGilded will be found not guilty.
Yes, save. I could be rich and make Maya jealous.
Which would mean we've won.
Is that really the right outcome here? Is it right for the trial to come to an end now with all these unexplained inconsistencies?
Close for the defense. Your closing statement, please.
Yes, my lord. The defense believes... Oh, my gut goes the defendant could be guilty. And I think the game wants me to be a good, lawful being, wants me to be a fucking narc. I can't be a cool guy off this one. That's what I'm thinking, right? I don't think they're gonna let me be cool and just get the money and leave, right? So I'm gonna say the defendant could be guilty. It's also just my gut. I'm here in this courtroom today to advocate for the defense of my client, Mr. McGilded. However, at a moment in time, I cannot in all good conscience attest fully to the defendant's innocence.
What are you saying, man?
Without any question, there is no conclusive evidence to prove the defendant is guilty. However, there's also no conclusive evidence to prove that he is innocent.
Good. Good gracious me. Order. This is a persistent behavior counsel. A defense lawyer calling for the accused innocence is the question. Are you son of mine?
Oh, it was a grand decision to appoint you as my lawyer, so it was. A grand decision. What? I must say, I didn't expect quite an exciting spectacle at the end here, but still. Here, have this for your troubles. Ah! Your job here is done, fella. And some fine work you've done, so you have.
What do you mean?
Tis just the right honorable gentleman to so secretly put it afore. The trial cannot go on anymore. And your closing statement therefore was, how did he put it now? Nothing more than a formality. Unless I fucking question the fucking people again and make them all say guilty.
I really don't know what to make of all this.
Was the evidence we've seen genuine or was it fake?
The lordship would be fuming, and the unsightly rubbish should be disposed of promptly, as I said.
The stinking rich are always guilty of something new. Mark my words.
I feel terribly ashamed I ever doubted that lovely man who gave us the lovely part.
Other proceedings are unfolded in this way. I'm compelled to declare a premature end to this trial. Furthermore, court must accept the defendant's plea.
I thank you kindly, my lord.
I hereby renounce the verdict of this court.
But we still haven't determined if the blood stain in the omnibus is genuine or not. We don't know if these witnesses are telling the truth or they're a pack of lies. We have no idea about the truth!
Lord Von Zieks.
My lord!
The case member of the prosecution was flawed, plain and simple. If indeed the omnibus presented as evidence was tampered with, the prosecution is at fault for allowing such a disgraceful preservation of justice to take place. Perversion of justice to take place.
My sincerest apologies, my lord. But, wait! When we were evacuated from the courtroom, Lord Von Zieks ordered the evidence to be secured.
I'm afraid the prosecution cannot shun the responsibility in this matter.
That's so unfair!
The culpability of the defendant has not, at the present time, been established in this court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to proffer judgment.
What? Well, Lord Von Zieks, it's been a pleasure. So it has. And for you, my dear fella. I couldn't have asked for a better defense.
Do you mean to tell us this has all been a grand waste of time?
'Tis the law of the land, my good man. If you'd like to pursue this matter further, you can always go ahead and try to change the law. Magnus! Magnus McGilded. Good grief, you've more to say to me, have ye? Just the one thing. A warning. This is far from over. Well, something to be look forward to then.
I hereby pronounce the defendant Magnus McGilded not guilty.
Doesn't feel like a win. It's clearly not a win.
Yeah, it leaves you with a certain feeling, don't it?
Yeah.
The first time, I was like, wait, excuse me?
What would Herlock say about this? What would Herlock say? Herlock would not be happy with this outcome. We've let down Herlock most of all. Most importantly. Also, are Van Zieks and I allies or are we fucking enemies? I can't tell. With the courtroom pandemonium for the second time that day, the judge delivered his verdict. My first ever trial in Great Britain came to an abrupt end. With the defendant being found not guilty, ostensibly a victory for us.
That certainly was a long trial.
Yes, it was.
Your first ever trial on foreign soil, and your first victory. It was a wonderful performance. My heartfelt congratulations.
And to you, Mr. Sato. Thank you for your assistance. I suppose we should. Yeah. Trouble is, we're still completely in the dark about what actually happened.
Well, we didn't have enough time.
If only we had like 3 days. And we set up a system where in 3 days we could question people and gather evidence. Maybe do things like testing the blood to see if it was possible, if we knew it was the victims.
Mr. Naruhodo, please don't talk about flights of fancy. There's no way we could ever have the technology to do such a thing.
But isn't it wrong? I mean, who was actually responsible for Mr. Mason's death? We don't even know that!
The sole aim of the defense is to obtain a verdict that exonerates the defendant. You carried out your duty to perfection.
I bet you did! Mr. McGilded. Oh, that girl's different too. Well, it seems the stories are true. Oh, what stories? About the 6 enormous fireworks they do be letting off and the verdict of not guilty. Actually, so the fireworks are canon, okay.
Yeah.
The fireworks are fun.
You think the confetti and the rose petals and everything, you think that's not canon? No, they just do that. Ask everyone in Britain, they'll tell you the 6 fireworks they set off every time.
In the middle of court in a building!
Yeah, exactly. Along with the giant,
Confetti
flaming
cannon,
scales.
Yeah. Very realistic, right. I'm sure she must have seen them now. Spectacular, what did you say? Yes, definitely. I had heard it's a sight to behold, and to be sure it was. And I've told you thank, I suppose, for having an opportunity to see it. Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not sure I really did anything. What on earth are you saying, fella? How did I walk out of there 3-man then? I think that's so much thanks to me as down to your planning. You're a straight-talking fella, aren't you? I must say you had me astray in the head there once or twice. But you're young and headstrong. 'Tis water under the bridge.
Congratulations, Mr. McGilded, on having your name cleared.
Nothing's resolved. There's only one thing that matters to me. Oh? They've all seen that I didn't do that odious abstinent deed. 'Tis grand, is it not? I suppose it is. Now the fine fellows of Scotland Yard can take matters in hand and sort out the wee details. They'll see it for what it is. They'll get the truth. I have absolute faith in them, so I have. After all, I do be providing a good number of their wages with all the taxes I pay. Oh, fuck you. Not that funny. So then, as we agreed afterhand, 1,000 guineas for your troubles, fella. Oh, no, I couldn't possibly set that much. I'd be waste. Ye humble people are you from the east. Well, if you insist. But have this. Still in all you deserve a reward.
Mr. Magnus McGolded. Everything is ready, sir, if you'd like to follow me into the courtroom.
Into the courtroom? What's this offer, sir? 'Tis sooner than I was led to believe.
Hope it's not inconvenience, sir. There were some changes in the schedule.
Well, I must be making tracks now. This time for the inspection.
Sorry, what inspection?
They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself.
Going to examine it again, now?
Naturally, I'm under no obligation to take part in any more of the matter now. But as an upstanding member of London society, I do be doing my best where I can help. This is a gentleman's duty, so it is.
And the girl's gone too.
So then, fare thee well. It was an absolute pleasure meeting yous. I hope you have a whale of a time while you're studying here in Great Britain.
Goes. Free man. Oh, she's here still. Never mind. Oh, I forgot she was here too.
No, don't shoot me! Don't shoot me! Well, that takes a long time to load. Hold on.
Perish. Don't move.
As I want to say,
terrible.
get a move on! Surely it does take forever to load that thing. Mr. Strahd, would you mind putting that thing down?
You're a grown-up.
Sorry.
And I ate all grown-ups.
Ah, there you
I
are.
don't remember offhand.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry. Naughty running off like that.
Who's this child? Who's this little girl now?
And taking that with you as well.
Wait, her goggles have the same design as— oh my god, is she related to fucking Herlock? Is this Herlock's, like, daughter or some shit like that?
No, Herlock doesn't fuck. Am I wrong?
Herlock doesn't fuck.
forward to the trial. Let's see, I had a voice for her, but I completely forgot what it was, so I'll just do whatever now, and
You'll
I'll come up
find
with
it, you'll
a better
find it,
one for
yeah.
next time. I was looking forward to try one of my own experimental smoke grenade launcher.
It's a mix of English and Uvu.
A mix of a small child and English, which is two separate accents. Ah.
Oh shit, okay.
Oh, do you want to play? You won't beat me.
Excuse me, but who are you?
Oh, good day to you. I'm, well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine.
The inventor.
Well, normal smoke grenades are so dull, don't you agree? White, white, and more white. If you'll have to be shrouded in smoke, it could at least be a pretty color, I thought to myself.
Do we have to be shrouded in smoke, though? No?
I just took my eyes off it for a moment, whilst I was changing into a different omnibus, and she pinched it.
Wait, is there more omnibus shit?
I mean, there's multiple omnibuses in London stuff, yeah.
No, there's only one omnibus in London.
Luckily, I fitted it with a telegraphic beacon.
The fuck does that mean? A what? I have no idea what this girl's talking about.
Anyway, you're coming with me now. Back to my laboratory. What? What for? To apologize, of course, silly, to my technician. What? You mean say sorry? You must say sorry when you've done something wrong. Surely an adult has told you that before. An adult? I don't listen to no adult.
Listen to this bazooka, bitch!
Come along then, follow me. Fine, have it your way. Oh good, you see, I knew you'd want to do the right thing in the end.
I'm sure this is what she wants to shot by that massive gun of yours.
These are like Herlock's goggles.
We'll be leaving that now then. Bye bye! I'm so sorry for all the fuss.
She was a lively one.
Well, do you think we ought to be on our way now too?
Yeah, you're right, but where to?
Oh,
We haven't had the time to find a place to stay. The sooner that we arrive in London, we had the rush here. All our travel keys are still with the bailiff.
I was originally planning to spend today in search of lodgings.
This is an hour a day. I'm afraid we're set out of luck.
Don't worry though, I have a plan. If worse comes to worse, I've heard of a lovely park where we could spend the night.
Oh my god, please tell me you're not thinking of the Gilded Park.
I know it may be a little chilly at this time of year, but our youthfulness will see us through.
I'm not sure about that. I think a midwinter in London would freeze a young person solid just as easily as an elderly one.
Oh dear, that doesn't sound agreeable.
I'm not turning Mr. McGildas down. 1,000 guinea would have paid for a lovely warm room in our mansion.
Point. And so, the trial to determine my worthiness for a study tour was over by the end of our first. However, soon to learn, there were more trying times ahead, just as the week of the Bailey had warned. The case was far from over. Bum ba dum bum bum.
Cutscene
Oh,
time.
cutscene! Oh shit, never mind.
But you'll never...
What's going on?
It's wild.
Fire brigade!
What the fuck?
But wait,
How did this happen?
I don't know, sir. By the time I got here, it was already engulfed.
No one was supposed to be allowed in here before we started investigating.
Is someone in there?
No. Oh, good God. There's someone in there.
This can't be.
I actually gave him a pretty good voice. Who's in there? Who's in the fucking bus? Who's in the fucking bus?
Take a wild guess.
McGinnis dead? McGilda dead?
No one escapes the Reaper's curse, though.
Did the Reaper kill McGilded? Holy shit! What? Really?
I mean, they said it, didn't they? That it's not that he's never lost a case before. It's that his cases are cursed.
All right. Enough of this for now. All right, I do have to ask a question.
Huh?
Is our next case based upon this fiery inferno?
No.
Really?
No, it's background radiation. I mean, all the cases build on each other thematically, plot-wise, but no, we're not solving the murder, or well, who knows? Maybe he lived, but we're not investigating who set the omnibus on fire. Next case, no.
What? Do they explain any of it at least?
Don't worry, Steph. This wouldn't be my favorite series if we didn't eventually get answers to everything. But you do have to be patient.
I don't want to be patient. Kokoro, the Adventures of Cloud. Kokoro means hard. You know that. Oh, there's like. Oh my god. There's a. Oh, never mind. There's only 2 more in here. And then there's the other one. Okay. McGilda was in the bus. Was he? It wasn't the girl. McGilda went to go inspect the omnibus. He's the only character reports that would be in there. He was not shown. Fairway was on top. Fairway's outside. Bruce Fairway was outside. All right. I'll save it for the future. Thank you guys very much for hanging out with me today. I hope you had a fantastic time. Too lazy to rate anyone, I'll be honest. That's about it for me. Anything to say, Katie?
Stay safe and stay Botanist Cool.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.